background, they will also get to know that what is required to get an IT job today. So what exactly is required, what are the things to be required. Someone asked a very good question just before this started, just like DS is required or not. So there are a lot of confusion out there what to learn. Like DS is important, Python is important, PHP is important, Java is important, all those things are there. So all those things will be solved in the first half an hour, and then after that we'll start with HTML. HTML we're going to do complete, because HTML should not take much time to complete. And then after that HTML we are going to do going to get a taste of CSS, and then we are going to get a taste of JavaScript. It won't be complete. See, for JavaScript and CSS we have separate classes on our channel, and we have our experts on TWD. And who am I? All those things I'm going to tell. Okay, so we have our experts in TWD. They generally take those classes, and they're like around 5 hours long classes. For CSS, 5 hour long classes are there. For JavaScript, in fact, more than 10 hours long classes. And today also JavaScript will be taken by one of the another teacher at TWD. His name is Hari Prasad. He's too good in JavaScript. Like you love the way he teaches. Okay, so that is there. Or I used to take earlier, but now this Hari is doing amazing thing. Okay, so that is there. And now hope everybody. So please people keep on joining, and we'll start. So right. Okay, so let me share my screen now, and 1 sec. Let me share my screen. Okay, so hope you're able to see my screen. Yeah, so this is about me. Actually, I am live on LinkedIn also, but those who are watching on LinkedIn, please do come on YouTube to see back, because the comment which I gives generally, it goes on YouTube only. So let me tell about myself. A lot of you have not don't know me, because Mosam was interacting with you a lot, and Mosam and other teachers at TWT. So my name is Nabindu Vishwas, and I help people to become web developers. That is what I do full time, not a part time teacher and all, like all the people out there. And so I do this full time. Okay, I am a React.js teacher, and I'm a corporate trainer also. I am an author also. You see that in technical author. But I was not like this all the time. Means I have 16 years experience in the industry. I have worked with almost all big companies. Like I was an associate architect in a product-based company in Bangalore known as InnoMinds. I worked in Oracle. I worked in JP Morgan. You name the company, I have worked in. Almost all big companies in the world. I have worked, and I have worked mainly in the technical field. I have worked like my last job was as an associate architect in product-based company in Bangalore, and till August 2021. In September 2021, it is showing a lot of things, but in September 2021, I mainly set up TWD to help people get a job into development. See, people don't know what they want to do. How they will get a job? Because but I was in the industry, I know what it is required, and I was holding a top technical position. I was at the top of my career when I did this thing, and I help people. So till now, I have trained around more than so right now means we are going to complete 1 year of TWD. I'm fortunate to train about 200 students and help them to get a job. See, most of them were through corporate trainings, and some of them were through my paid basis. Yeah, I do take paid basis. I will tell about them later on. And see, Ankit is there. Ankit is one of the student who is now like he did one of our course, and he's now working for us, because the thing is that I teach something. Okay, I'm going to tell about that. That is so much in demand. Even I have demand for that in my company. I run some big web apps, so Ankit was hired for that. So because he was doing very good, and I didn't wanted him to go away, and so I hired him. He's an intern in our company, and he's doing like great. Like you'll see him, and he's doing great. Okay, so that is there. So as I told, I've taught around 200 people, and that's achievement in the past 1 year. And because that was my passion to teach people. See, everybody cannot teach. I was a very good developer. Okay, I was a very good developer on the top of my chain. Means I was an associate architect. I was leading a team of 10 people, 10 front-end developers. So I need to know, but I was more passionate about teaching. I was liking the teaching, so I started doing teaching. Now I do corporate trainings also. I do a lot of corporate trainings. In fact, I'm flying to Hyderabad on Sunday night. I flying to Hyderabad because I have to take corporate training in Hyderabad, I have to take a corporate training in Bangalore. So all those things after that in Bangalore, because nowadays a lot of physical trainings are there. And there I teach mainly freshers who are out of college to get into the industry, get into their companies in which they are hired. Why I teach them? Because colleges don't teach them. Colleges are still teaching them JavaScript. So if I tell you what is right now going on, what is in demand right now, means you can take it on my words that that is there. And if you do that thing, trust me, I will give you a job. Okay, if you don't get a job, I will give you a job. And the thing is that you will get your job on yourself. So it is not like that I have to give you a job. Most of my students get job even before they complete the course, either my course, or a lot of people get job from my YouTube also, because we have done in YouTube in such a way that we are teaching everything. We're teaching everything. You can get a job from YouTube also by following us, by following the playlist and all those things you can do. And we are a fully registered company known as TWD, the web dev, registered in Bangalore, and we give our proper GST and all. So you'll get a proper certificate from us if you complete this. How you'll get the certificate? So we are going to take attendance twice. So the first attendance, so this is like an attendance form which we are going to do, and I'm going to send it like this, and I'm going to shorten the year. I'm going to send it right now. I'm not going to send it, but I'm going to send it soon. Once you start with HTML, I'm going to send it. So here, what you have to do here, you have to give your email, your name, your current role, and your LinkedIn profile. If you have your LinkedIn profile, please give your LinkedIn profile. So why do you want the LinkedIn profile? I will tell why you need the LinkedIn profile. And if you don't have LinkedIn profile, please write it, I don't have LinkedIn profile. And the second attendance, you have to give this okay, this second, okay, so this second attendance also. The second attendance, I will take around 5:30, 5:45, around the end. I'm going to take the second attendance, and you have to fill both the attendance so that we can know that you know something. Okay, so that is there. And so this is the thing which you are going to do. And actually Java is something which is not required in anywhere. So if you know Java, please unlearn Java. Okay, that thing only I can tell. So that is something, that is the reason. See, all companies ask me to come to the company to teach people. I'm doing so many batches there, because I know from where you're coming, obviously, that Java is still required and all. Java is not required. Java is nowhere used. It is a dinosaur language, which you call in our dinosaur language. It's a dinosaur language which was used like 20 years back. And 20 years is like a million years in coding term. So 20 is a dinosaur term. So it is not used anywhere. Where it is used, it is taught in colleges, because the colleges syllabus are not yet updated. If the colleges would have updated the syllabus, I would have not been doing this thing. I would have been coding there and guiding people to do their work. I would have been doing that thing. It is not used anywhere. So that's the reason I am teaching them. I'm teaching people, because Java is a dinosaur language. It is not used anywhere. JavaScript is the thing in which everything is created. See, I'm doing this nice Google form. So what do you think this is made of? This Google form is made of what? Earlier, before 2010, there was something which is still there, and Microsoft, everything was Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel. Nowadays also it is there, but there is a Google form, there is a Google sheet, there is a Google Excel, something. I generally use that only. Okay, so that is there. So what are this all made of? Okay, what are this all made of? Okay, that is good. You don't know anything about coding, so we are going to start from the basics. So I do this for people like you who don't know anything about coding and all. So we are going to start exactly from the basics. Then you can decide whether you want to go into coding, which is the field in which you never will get out of job. Means it is like that, coding. It is the highest skill in today's English and science and chemistry and physics. My kid is learning like science, physics. There are no jobs in those things. There is no jobs in those chemistry jobs. There is no jobs in physics. There's only jobs in the job there are in coding or else something else. Okay, there is no job there. Out there, there is no job. Even the lawyers jobs and all those jobs are going to get into computers only. Every job is going to get converted into that. If you know coding, it means you are like there is no, you never have to ask for a job again. If you know coding, it is like that. Okay, and it is like that everyone can become a coder. Okay, so it is not like nowadays that you only need to have an engineering degree to become coding. No, it is not like that. There's so many companies out there, so many startups out there, you can easily become. So this is what I'm going to send this second attendance also later on. And a lot of people are asking a lot of good questions. So let us go to something known as a mind map. Okay, I was telling something in which which thing do you think this thing is made of? This is the Google. This is the Google form. This is made in JavaScript. Okay, in JavaScript is made. The front end is made in JavaScript, and most probably in Angular. Okay, so I don't exactly know what they have used, but most probably in Angular. The backend and all might be there. Okay, so most probably in Angular they have made this front end, because Angular only, the front end can be made only in Angular or React or Vue.js. Okay, so but Angular is used not that much. Okay, so Angular is used in Google product because Angular was created by them, still used there, but everybody else use something else. Okay, I will tell what is it. And so yeah, so now the question, see what is used in the industry, and what is this web development on all? Okay, so web development means HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. See, nowadays the jobs are only in this things only. Okay, these things only, the jobs are there. Backend jobs are also there. I know backend jobs are there, but I will tell backend jobs are there in what? Java, still people uses Java, but not everywhere. And Java, the jobs are very less. Why they are very less, I will tell. Okay, so HTML, CSS, JavaScript is there, and C++ there is no job. Okay, C++ there is literally no job. Java, still there are jobs are there. No, means people code, there are no jobs, but people code, but there are no jobs. But still C++, there are literally zero jobs, and I don't know why colleges still teach it, but colleges teach it. Okay, so HTML, CSS, JavaScript. These are the three things which you require today to get a job. HTML, CSS is might be seen very easy. Like HTML is what is you give a structure. CSS, which we are going to learn. But this is the main thing which will give you a job today. JavaScript. See the browser. Everything is in browser. See what all the things I'm using in browser. This is what this is. I'm using a complicated software. This is not some easy thing to make. This is not like Google has generated. This is all saved. This is all saved in the cloud. Everything is done. I'll click the send button. I'll give it to you. You'll fill the form. I'll get the response back. What is this? This is not some easy website or something. This is a very complicated web app created by the top brains of the world, which is the engineers of Google. This is not some easy website to make. This LinkedIn, you go there, you go there, you sign in there, you do a post there. This is made by top Microsoft engineers. LinkedIn is for Microsoft. This is made by top Microsoft engineers. Okay, so they make it, and they make in React. They make in something known as React. JavaScript by itself is not complete. You need React most of the time. Sometimes Angular is also okay, but I will say stuck with React because there are more jobs in React. More startup works uses React. More your all the product based companies, they mainly uses React a lot, except Google. So someone was asking about getting knowing DSA. So knowing DSA, you'll work in a FANG company. FANG stands for Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google. Out of that, only G uses Angular. Google uses Angular. Everything else uses React also. React is used to make this. React is used for front end development, which is used to make this web app, this complicated web app. Nowadays, the front end is very heavy. All websites, the front end is very. See this app I'm using. This is known as a mind map. Earlier, this thing used to become as a desktop app 10 years back. Now everything is in a website. So website, everything is in a website. It is a web app. I have also logged into this thing. I've logged into this thing, created this complicated thing with which I could do like this flowchart kind of thing. This is known as a mind map, and this is all made in React. See, backend is there because if backend won't be there, where I will going to save the data? I have to save the data somewhere. So I'm saving the data in the backend. Backend programming. There are not many jobs in backend programming. Okay, so if there are 10 front-end developer jobs, then it will be hardly 2-3 backend developer jobs. Okay, front-end development job is more because the front-end needs more thing to do. The backend jobs are very less, and Java is still used, but in very very big companies like Google and Amazon and all those who have a lot of user interacting in per second. But in small and medium range companies, something known as Node.js is used. So if you learn React, after that you can learn Node.js. Node.js is again based on JavaScript. See, the whole world is based on JavaScript and nothing else. Whole world is based on JavaScript, and you have to learn only these 4 things. No, don't go outside it. See, some people just keep on thinking. You don't have to learn DSA. You don't have to learn Python, you don't have to learn React Native, you don't have to learn anything else. You have to only learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. Nothing else you have to learn. Only these four things you have to learn. Learn from here, learn from somewhere else, but learn these four things and you'll get a job. Learn these four things, create some projects, showcase them on LinkedIn, and you'll get a job. Why LinkedIn is important? LinkedIn is the okay. LinkedIn, why is it important? I will show why LinkedIn is important. So this is what you have to do to get a job. These four languages, you don't have to go outside this, and we teach all of these four languages on a channel, on our YouTube channel. So we do a lot on YouTube. If you want to learn completely free, you can do that. If you want to get the mentorship and do it from our programs, because we give personal mentorship, job guarantee, everything we give in our project, in our program, we give all those things. Okay, so that is there, that I will tell towards the end. Okay, so that is there. And now the three secrets, as I told, that I will tell three secrets to get into web development and get a job. Okay, and after this we are going to start our journey, and we'll start with HTML, because see, a lot of people like are there who don't know anything about coding, so they have to see what is there in coding, so that they get inspired and they can get into coding. So they coding have enough job to feed, to give job to all the people on the planet. 6 billion people also it can give the job. There are so much jobs in coding. Okay, so people don't have to look out at somewhere else. It can give job to every person, living soul on this planet. So much job is there. Okay, so that is there, and you can find it out how many jobs are there in coding. Okay, and people don't, companies don't get people. Okay, so there are three networks to get a job in coding. People who are just from outside, so you have to like prove yourself a bit. See, if I'm doing something in engineering, computer science engineering, maybe the college also helps a bit to get the placement and all. But for people who are from outside, you have to get everything on your own. So how do I know that you know? Even colleges don't help everybody. Colleges hardly 10 people, 10% people get placed, and those 10% people also don't know anything, because those 10% people also I teach them only. Means people like me, the corporate trainers like me, they have to teach them, because colleges don't teach anything. Colleges is still teaching Java and C++, which is not used in the industry. Nobody uses them. Okay, so we have to go there and teach them React, teach them Angular, all those things we have to teach them. Okay, so that is there. So what you have to do, you have to do networking. If you're, especially if you are from a non-IT background, you want to get into IT, you have to do networking. It's a must. Networking, how you have to do, you have to do networking on LinkedIn, which is the best platform to do networking in India. LinkedIn is the best platform, because it has got the most number of people out there, most number of like what you say, most number of HRs are there, most number of your startup founders are there. And yeah, you are going to get a job in a startup. There is you can never get a job in company like TCS or Infosys and all, sorry for that. But that is a good thing also, you'll get a higher paying job. TCS and Infosys don't give that much, and they are like very, they pay very low. Okay, so you're going to get a higher paying job, but you have to work also more. You have to work also more. You have to prove yourself. You have to do a lot of things out there. Okay, so you have to promote yourself on LinkedIn, and you have to code in public. So what is code in public? I'm going to show what is code in public soon. So code in public, okay, let me show right now. So LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram also you can post, but LinkedIn, I would say stick with this. Facebook groups is very important. Join the Facebook groups like React.js Facebook group, what's that web development Facebook group. You'll find a lot of people asking for help. When you learn a bit, you can go out there, help there. People like small syntax, and the main thing is that you get freelancing jobs also on Facebook group. Okay, you get a lot of freelancing jobs on Facebook groups. You can get a lot of them. Okay, so that is there. But what's on LinkedIn I have to do? What on LinkedIn I have to do? See, LinkedIn, the thing is that my whole career is because of LinkedIn, because I have a lot of connections on LinkedIn. Like I'm an influencer in LinkedIn. I'm going around 22,000 connection, but you don't have to be like that, and you just have to go out there and uh, but I will try to add more people on LinkedIn in your network. First, create a good profile. Like me, create a good profile. Like you, we should have everything. Like I'm just telling quickly what you have to do in LinkedIn. You have to create a good profile. You have to write some about, add some nice picture of you, and not like a Facebook picture, like a proper headshot, which is not a headshot. You have to put headshot there, and then you have to, what you have to do there in LinkedIn, every week you can add 50 people. Add those 50 people in your region. See, suppose I'm staying in MP, and I want to get a job in the IT domain, and I don't belong here. Then means I'm not in IT. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add people in IT in Indore and Bhopal. who are there in IT, because this is the place where the most number of IT jobs are, especially in Indore. So I'm going to add that. If you're in South, add it in Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai. Okay. If you are in Maharashtra, add in Mumbai and Pune. If you are in West Bengal, add people in Salt Lake City in Kolkata. If you are in North, if you are in Delhi region, UP region, add people in Gurgaon, Noida. So those things you have to do. Not everybody. You have to add the people who are already in the industry. You have to add them, and then you have to do something like I will tell something what. So this I will tell like Ankit Chatri. He is like our intern right now, and he should change this thing. I will tell him. Okay, so you'll see. I can see everybody's activity. So all activities, and see what is his activity. He is creating projects and he's sending them on LinkedIn. He's sending them on LinkedIn. Okay, sending them on LinkedIn like this, and so all these things he's doing. And post I'll go. So this he have done. So nice websites he have made. He had made this WhatsApp clone. It is like very complicated to make this WhatsApp clone. It's not that much easy, and it's a complete WhatsApp clone he had created. So like that, and this is such a nice WhatsApp clone. You can chat on it also. You can, after deploying, you can chat on it. So this is a very nice like complete thing. This you have done. So this all these things you have to do, and you have to just like do it. And if you can do, you can also tag me. I don't have to tell what it means to tag me. You can tag me because everybody is doing here on Instagram. You tag me. You just like. You could tag me, I will tag you back. It doesn't matter you're my student or not. You just know me, you tag me, I will tag you back. Do something good, I will tag you back. And when I tag you back, so what happens? When I tag anyone back, then magic happens. Magic happens because like this magic happens. So yesterday I was talking to someone like he was having like my kind of a connection, and I told him to, okay, so can you promote my post? He told me I will take 5,000 rupees to promote your post. 5,000 rupees just to promote a post, and I'm doing this for free for people because I want more people to get a job. See, influencers like me take 5,000 people to promote people, but I don't want that money. I want people to get a job. See, this kind of thing, I can like my reach is like I my like all the startup people out there, because I have done a lot of work also. Even I have got a lot of offers during my time from Google, and also Google and all people are also on my profile, and all Google HRs and all those people are also there, and top CEOs of of India and the world are there on my profile. So that is there. Those all things are there. So that is there, and so just tag me out, and even those people who are going to get certificate in this workshop, I'm going to tag them back. I generally prepare a post on a Monday. So those people who get certificates today, they will get tagged back from me. Okay. So it's time to start with our HTML, and so before that, what I am going to do, I'm going to give the first attendance sheet, and both of the attendance sheets are mandatory to fill. Then you will get the certificate on the email. See, your valid email should be given, your name should be given, in which the certificate will come. So it is very important. So let me give it. Mark your first attendance here. Please mark your first attendance here, and I will also tag it. Okay, so that you can get it. So please mark your first attendance here, and I will give the second attendance later on. Okay, so let's get started with HTML. Hope you're all able to see the screen and all. Oh, I didn't create any folder, so let me create a folder. So I have a lot of folders here. Okay, so you can create a folder in any folder. So I'm also going to give this code in the description, so you can get it from the description. So today is 23 July workshop. 20 July workshop. Okay. So that is there, and I'll go inside. So what we have to do? So we have to start with the HTML. So HTML is what? HTML means hypertext markup language, okay, hypertext markup language, and it is used to give a structure. Okay, so folder. So earlier, what we used to do, we used to code in HTML like in anything, like we used to code with like Notepad and all. So nowadays, okay, what I'm doing. So HTML basics. Okay. Nowadays, we don't use anything like to code. So we use something known as VS Code. Okay, like what is a VS Code? VS Code is a lightweight code editor created by Microsoft, and it is free to use. So you go here and download this VS Code, and in this you are we are going to run everything. So I have a video also on my channel. If you want to see like how to install this VS Code, it is very easy. Just you will get an exe. I know a lot of people don't do all these things nowadays. So you get an exe and do next, and you're good to go. Okay, you're very good to go and do. Okay, so that is there, and once you install it, it will be sure. And if you getting some hard time in installing it, we have a video also for that. You can refer to that video, and you can see how to do it. Okay, on a channel there is a video. Recently I recorded. I have a Windows laptop also. In that new laptop, in that I have these things. Okay, but I generally do the recording on my Mac. Okay, so that is there. Okay, so you once you download it, it will be opened like this. This is known as VS Code. Okay, so this is known as a VS Code, and mm, okay, okay. So this is VS Code. Once you download it, so how to add it and all. Okay, so how to add it and all. So add a project here. So I will tell the most easy way to add it. I just created a folder as HTML Basics. So I just have to take it and drag it here and take it. I'm just taking it and dragging and leaving it here, so it will be done here. So this is the most basic way to code in VS Code. Like I'm not telling any terminal way, so because there's some people are here who are just like very beginners here. So one of our teacher was also like this 6 months back, but he's now a teacher. Means he has done a lot. You must have seen Mawsom's video on the channel. If you have not seen, please see his CSS videos, and he's very good. And he was also started from the start, and he didn't knew a lot of things. And like I know how what issues people faces when they don't use computer for coding. So that's a very different kind of thing. So if you have some issues, you can ask us how to do these things. Okay, so that is that. The attendance link will always be given on the live chat. Okay, so attendance link is always given on the live chat. Someone is asking, so please fill the attendance link on the live chat only. Okay, okay. So attendance link is there on the live chat. Please, someone is asking. Please fill the attendance sheet on the YouTube live chat. I've given that the attendance sheet on the YouTube live chat, and I've also pinned the message, so you can get it from the pinned the message. Don't ask me how I will see these things. So let's get started. So this HTML basics I have written. HTML basics I have written, and then okay. So the file which we are going to create is like the index.html. Why .html? Because the HTML files are given with .html, just like jpg file are given with .jpg, HTML files are given with .html. You might have seen a doc files there. So all coding files have got different things. So web page is created with three things: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML is used to create the structure, CSS is used to give the styling, and JavaScript is used to give the interactivity. Interactivity means when I click on this button, what will happen? When I click here, what will happen? Those things are given by JavaScript. Okay, and Hari will teach today a bit of JavaScript, but not complete, because it takes around 10 to 15 hours to teach JavaScript, and we do that on the YouTube channel. We do that. It's not like we don't do anything. Okay, so I have written this thing index.html. I want some more space, so I will click here so that this is shown. Okay, so now the how to write the code for HTML. Means there is a basic structure for HTML, skeleton for HTML. I could have written everything on my own, but let us do something like HTML. So it is coming HTML I have written, and then I have to do this second one. This second one I have to do, and then press the enter. This will give me something known as a structure of the HTML file, structure of the HTML file. And let me write here HTML basics. I'll explain all of these things. The first thing is that HTML code is like this: greater than, less than, greater than, less than. All these things are there. First thing it is showing, it is a doc type HTML. So doc type HTML, what is this doc type HTML? Doc type HTML is like, it means that it is HTML version 5. Earlier we have HTML version 4 and all those things. So HTML was actually released in the year 2000 in 1993, and since then committee known as W3C governs it, and it keeps releasing this new versions, but not that frequently. And when they released HTML version 5 in 2015, there was some good features added in it, always added. Hardly they delete some features. So this means that it's the HTML version 5. Then after that, you see this HTML is there, HTML tag is there, and which is starting and ending. Most of the tags have starting and ending. Doc type HTML doesn't have. HTML tag starting and ending, and inside this only we have everything. Like this head tag will say whatever is there in, and some other things it will say. And then this body tag is there, in which actual code we are going to write right now. So first is this, inside this HTML lang English means it is the language English, and then we have this meta. Where is meta? And what does this meta means? So meta doesn't means Facebook. Meta is the new name of Facebook, but it doesn't mean Facebook. But it is there for something to be okay. Okay, so so it is to be something to be done with the Google. So why something to be done with the Google? So it is something to do with Google, because what happens when you create a website? So this is what we are creating a website, and we are putting it on the internet. If you put it on the internet, what will happen after that? There is something known as SEO, search engine optimization, which a lot of you might have heard. It's a marketing related term, and mainly digital marketers works on that. And what digital marketers do, they use this meta tag a lot, and they have to use add a keyword or something use in this meta tag. Okay, some keyword they will add, and all the websites have some keyword like this website. If someone creates the meta tag for this, so right now we have not created, because I'm not a digital marketer, and that is their domain. They will put it. So maybe in this website I will write like free code editor. Then I can give a comma, free code editor, comma, runs everywhere, comma, open source. So all these things. So if in Google, then after that, what will happen? The Google bots are there. Google bots scans the whole of internet, and they have data about all the websites. Okay, this website is for this website is for that. So this is how Google works. Someone goes on Google, and then they search for, okay, free code editor. Then if their SEO is good, most probably their SEO is very good, then it will land up here. I don't know what Microsoft people have done. Then it will land up here. Then you will get the result. So this is what the thing of a meta tag. Okay, so that is there, and meta tag is that. We are not going to look much into it. And title is something which if you write here, it will be shown here. Okay, so title will be shown here. Then the body will write a bit of body here, h1, and HTML crash course. So this body we are writing some tag. H1 is a tag. H1 is known as heading tag. We're going to learn about a lot of tags. What are these tags? Tags are the one which you have to learn in HTML. In HTML, you have to learn the tags, and I'm going to teach all the important tags. There are more than 5,000 tags, and we don't need all of them. Okay, so whatever I teach, it is more than important, and you don't have to spend much time on HTML. HTML is a very small thing. You have to spend more time on CSS. Okay, CSS is something which requires a bit of practice to get hang of it, and it has also got a lot of properties, but you need to learn it. Okay, So HTML crash course I've done, and then I'll do a p tag and I will write something here. I'll go to this p and maybe I will write this thing. Maybe I'll copy this thing and put it there. Copy it and put it here, and I will save it. I'll save it, and then what I am going to do, I'm going to see this. Okay, so how to see this thing? So I am to go back here, HTML basics. I can see this thing, index.html is there. If I double click it, it will open in the default browser, which is Safari for Mac. I don't want to open it. Open it in Safari. So I'll right click and open with because my Chrome is open. So I will open it in Google Chrome. Most of you are also working on Google. See, our first website is that. So I will close this thing. See, HTML basics, where it is coming from this title, the HTML basics is coming. HTML crash course H1, it's a heading, so big heading is coming. Then I have this thing which is known as paragraph. It is shown like this. Okay, so that is there, and we're done this thing. Now we are not going to work in this way. Why? See, suppose I have another p tag, and okay, I just closed that VS Code site. So now what I will do, I don't want to copy the same thing, and this things happens to every developer. Okay, so I don't want to copy the same thing, and I want some dummy kind of a text. Okay, so from where I do get this dummy text? From where do I get this dummy text? So there is no place for this dummy text. Okay, so we have something known as lorem ipsum, not in just in website and all, everywhere. Like in programming, we have something known as lorem ipsum. So what is this lorem ipsum? So lorem ipsum is actually a dummy text, and we have a lot of lorem ipsum generator, and this text is actually 200 years old. It was used in the publishing press when the newspaper and all started. It was used in that publishing press. It was used, and because people needed dummy text, so at that time it was used. In the internet now also it has been used because people always don't have the content. Okay, sometimes the content is even not given to them by the client. So I'll write a lorem. So what is benefit here? See, VS Code has a lot of benefits. Suppose like we saw the shortcut for skeleton code for HTML. Now there is another shortcut for lorem. If I write lorem and press the tab, it will give me the dummy text. This is not any other dummy text. This it doesn't means anything, but this is something like it is something. Okay, so it seems like real. So if I save it, okay, if I saved it, but I'm still not able to see it. Where is it? I'm still not able to see it because nothing refreshes by default here. I have to go here and I have to refresh this manually. I'll refresh this manually, then only I will get. So I don't want to do this thing every time. Go there and refresh it. I don't like it. And there is a program in your VS Code to exactly do this thing, like how to do this thing. Okay, so VS Code is very popular because there are some small programs out there known as this extensions which you can add in VS Code, and you will get some cool functionalities. Okay, so like one extension is known as live. I'll just type live. Go to this tab and write live. So you'll get this first extension known as live server by someone is known as Ritvik Day. It is very important to know his name, Ritvik Day. Maybe it will come as a second one, but don't go for the second one. Go for the first one, live server. It is showing. And then here you have to do something known as enable install or something like that. Very easy. Just you have to click it and it will be done. It will be just done. It will just click and it will be done. And so what's the benefit of this thing? And so this kind of all these free programs are there in like VS Code. These are like small programs. Like in App Store you go, and Play Store you go and install something, but that is standalone. This is something which adds functionality to VS Code. Okay, so it just adds functionality. So there are like this lakhs and lakhs of programs are there in VS Code. VS Code is the most popular thing out there. Okay, so that is there. So what happens when you install this thing? So you get basically something known as a live server. You right click and open with live server, or there is another way to open it. There is a go live button here below. You have to click it, and I cannot stop it, but it will open it in my Safari, because by default Safari is this. So I will take this link and open it here because I don't work on Safari. Safari has some less feature for a developer. Okay, so I can close this thing and see now what is happening here. Like the same thing is been shown here, and it is opening in something. You don't need to know this thing, but it will opening in something like 127. Actually, it is a local host, so it is opening it here. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to like delete this thing. See, I'm going to delete one of the paragraph, and I'm going to just delete it and save it. See, suddenly my mouse is there, the refresh happened here, and that is gone. So what does that mean? Live reloading. This is known as live reloading. I change something here, save it, it will go there. It will go there. Okay. So but this will not happen here. HTML basics, oh, it is still showing me this thing. So if you're going to work like this, I've seen a lot of people still they're working like this. A lot of YouTubers, they don't know this thing. Okay. So like this, it is there. And if I like every time I do change something, I have to go here and I have to refresh it manually. This is not developer stuff. Developer don't like these things. Okay, so that's why we are going to use this live server from now onwards. So like this. So when you are developer, you need to do something like developers. Okay, or else who have this time for so much time. Okay, so that is there. So as I've told H1, it is all about different tags. It is all about different tags. So HTML is all about different tags. Okay, so this H1 I have written. So other tags are like in headings we have 6 tags. We have 6 tags: H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. So all these 6 tags are there. So H1 to H6 are there. Okay. So now the next thing, okay, so next thing, so I told what is doc type. Okay, so I will tell again. Doc type HTML tells that it is HTML version 5 which was released in 2015. You don't have to understand much more than that. It is like a thing like you always have to put. It tells that this whole code is HTML version 5 which was released in 2015. Before that, the doc type of HTML version 4.4 was a bit different. Okay, so it tells that. Hope it is clear now. So good question. Okay, so that is there. So H1 to H6. See, now concentrate on this body, whatever I take, whatever I do it here, because that is the main thing. The HTML is all about knowing about different tags. So H1 to H6 I've done. So it is doing like H1 to H6 I've done, and see they are of different sizes. This is of different size. Like you go to any website, you'll see that there is a main heading, there is a sub heading, and all those things. All those things comes from here, but we can control it much further with CSS. We are going to see that thing. Okay, so and this paragraph tag, you might be seeing it like this. I will have another paragraph again. So this paragraph like this, lorem I'll do, and lorem I'll save. So it will be saved and it will be shown. Paragraph tag is self-explanatory. What is paragraph? It gives paragraph. Okay, it gives paragraph, and paragraph it has got only one tag, and it is of different sizes. Okay, it is used to give paragraph. So that is there. Now the other thing is there. If you might notice here that HTML crash course, this H2, this all these things could have come in one line, but they're coming in different lines. This paragraph also is there. It is coming in like this line after this. This is coming. So this is all are coming in different lines. They're all coming in different lines. Why they're coming in different lines? There was a lot of space here. Why didn't it came here? Because there are two type of HTML tags. One is known as a block level element, and then one is known as inline element. These are known as block level element. Block level element is because everything is coming in its own line. Even this paragraph could have come here, so but everything is coming in online. They are known as block level element. And before moving forward, what I'm going to tell, heading, I will write heading tag, and I will select it all and do a control and backslash. So this is known as comment. This is known as comment heading tag. So I have kept this comment not for the end user. Okay, so I will save it, so you will not see it here. This is what the developer sees. This is what the end user or the people who visit some site see. They're not going to see this thing. So this comments are for the developer, for the same developer to the same developer, or maybe from a developer to the other developer. Just like I'm a developer, I'm giving it to you. So when you read this code, you'll know, okay, these all are heading tag. Okay, so that is for that. And then this all are paragraph tag. So this is from a developer to a next developer, from a developer to himself. So the later one they can see. Again, this comment is like that. It will not be shown. So it is like this. Okay. So the next thing which we are going to do is the link tag or anchor tag, which is a very popular tag which all of you might have seen. Link tag like this, and I will comment it out again. And link tag are like a ref, and I will get give any site link. Maybe I'll give this link. Okay, the web dev tech, and I will write twd blocks. Okay, blocks I'll write. So in anchor tag I have this href is there. So this href you have to give. So what is this href, and what I've given this, and what is this twd block? So let me save it and then tell. It's a very important tag which all of you might have seen. So I will save it. See now what is happening, now what is coming. This twd blocks is coming like this, and it is showing me as a my, like a purple, but most of you it will show it as a blue if you're visiting it for the first time. I think everybody knows what's a hyperlink is, that because all of you might have clicked on some in Facebook and all this, and you've gone somewhere, but this is not styled much because the styling is done by css. Just this is a hyperlink. So what happens, it underline and all these things is there. And when I move my mouse over it, see, it will be changed to a hand pointer. It means that I can click here. So if I click here, it will take me where? It will take me here. Whatever I give it here with the href, it will take me there. So I will go here and I will click here, and it will open my blog site. Okay, open my blog site. So this is like this, but this is a very bad experience, because see, whenever I was clicking it here, it was opening in this site only. So you might have noticed it in all the big sites nowadays, that when you click on those sites, and I have seen this in a lot of time in a comment, my YouTube comments and all. So when I click on those comments, it opens it in a new tab. It doesn't open in the that thing, because YouTube also don't want anybody to go away from this site. YouTube, LinkedIn, all those people earns from you being there. So that's why they're free of cost, because you are there, then only it will be able to learn, able to earn, not learn, able to learn also. Okay, that why I'm telling learn. YouTube and Instagram and LinkedIn and all, they learn your pattern also. There are complicated AI things goes behind that. They will learn about your pattern, where do you click, even where do you click, it will learn. So to learn and earn, learn and earn, good term. Okay, so that is it. Okay, so now I'll do another anchor tag, and let's not take someone away from our site, because that is bad for your site also, bad for your marketing also. So what I am going to give, maybe, okay, so maybe this YouTube I will give my current going on video. I'll give the YouTube for link for this. Okay, so link I have given, and then pwd live I'll write. And then the next thing which I'm going to do is target equal to underscore blank. This is the main thing which I've done. Target equal to underscore blank. I will save it. See, it will open like this, twd live like this. And if I click here, it is opening in a different browser. Okay, it is opening in a different tab, not browser. It is opening in a different tab. Please do like and subscribe. If you not liked it, subscribe to our channel. Please hit this thing and this thing to help us the channel. We're doing a lot. Okay, daily there are live streams going on our channel. Please do like and subscribe. Okay, so that is there. And so twd live, you can clicking, it is going in the next thing. And here it is opening here. It is happening because of the target equal to underscore blank I have given. So it is happening because of that. Okay, so that is there. And now one more thing to notice here is that both of these things are coming in the same line. The h1s are not coming in the same line, keywords is not coming in the same line. This is coming in the same line because they are known as your inline element. If I have 10 anchor tags also, they would have come in the same line. So that is about it. So that is there. And now the next tag which we are going to learn is the list tag. List tag I'm going to learn, and like this, and ul and li item 1 ul li. So inside the ul I have taken the li. So ul means unordered list, and ally means list item. So you have to write it like this. So it's a very important tag, because with this I can have a list, and these dots are coming from there. These dots are dots, they are coming from that there. Now the next thing which I will have is the OL. OL means ordered list, exactly same like this unordered list, but the difference is that if I save it, see this 1 2 3 4 5 is coming, 1 2 3 4 5, it is coming like this. Okay, so if I add more, this thing will be shown more, this numbers will be shown, but unordered list is used more than ordered list. Okay, so that is done. Now the next thing which I'm going to tell is the table tag. So all these other tags you can mug it up a bit, but table tag, there are a lot of tags you not required to mug, but you should know that there is a table tag out there. It is there. So table tag I'll do, and then I will go here and do a table table, and here I'll do a t head. So it consists of a lot of other things. Okay, so t head, and then I'll do a t body, t head and t body, and then I will do a tr table row, and then I'll do a th t head means head. So all the head of the table, which is like the bold and the row name, it will come here, and table body will contain the real actual rows. So in the tr I'm giving a th, and this I'll do a name and age and email, name, age and email, and then inside this table body I will have a tr again, and I will have a td. Okay, td means table data, td means table data bindu, and here I will have the age, here I will have a bindu at gmail.com I'll have, and then I'll have two more rows. Yeah, so save. See, this is how the table is been done. So I have got everything like this name, age, and email are there like header, and this td, it is containing this thing. All this thing it is containing. Okay, so this is all about the table. Okay, so now we'll learn about a very important tag which is known as a form tag. It's again a group of tags, but all the things which I'm going to tell here is very important. This form tag is very important, but the thing is that we've come a bit down. So before going to form tag, what I'm going to tell about two different tags. One is known as a hr is known as horizontal rule. Horizontal rule, what does this tag, and this tag doesn't have an ending. I'll save it and see a line has been created. So this is you should create the lines and all. Br, I'll give a br means break row. It creates a empty line space, it will create. Okay, so that is like this. And what I'm going to do, form tag is very important. So I will have my form tag inside hr and br like this, and then I'll have a form tag. Form tag is actually the most important part of tags, because it's a group of tags, and it is used to do what. See, when you go to when you go on to Facebook for the first time, you must have logged into something like, not login, you might have registered name, email, age, gender, password you have given. So that data is been taken by a form. Like name, there will be a box, age, there will be a radio button, and all those things, or something like that will be there. So that was taken through a form, and we're going to create that form, and that data is taken, and that is the main part of a web app. That data is taken and it's sent it to the backend, through something known as API, which I generally teach, but not in this thing. That's an advanced topic. After JavaScript, you have to learn. In JavaScript also we teach. In JavaScript you have to learn. Basically in JavaScript you have to learn. So those all these things are taken to the backend, like Facebook backend, and it will be saved in the Facebook database and all those things in the US. Then after that, when you go inside of Facebook, you see a post thing is there. You can post or something. That is also taken through a form. Okay, so that is also taken through a form. So let us do that. So for, I will do a form, and then I'll do a label like this, and it will be name. Okay, what is this? I'm going to type name and input type text name equal to name id equal to name. Similarly, I'll have one more thing. It will be age age. Input type is not text. Input type is number, and name is age. ID is age. So let me save it first, then I will explain. So I've saved it first. So name is like this box is coming. All might have seen these boxes because you have to enter in Facebook. All of you might have logged into Facebook, and also in name and all you have to give your name and age. You have to give. So I can give it here name. I can give, and then in the age, see I'm getting this thing. So here I can give something like this. Okay, I will get something in every browser. I have not done, I am getting this thing. Okay, so this is how these things are, all things are there, name and age and all this. So what is this all? So let me explain now this thing. What is this label? So label is whenever you give something in a form, it comes in a pair of label and input. Pair of label and input. So label I have written and the input. So how they are a pair? So see, this for is there, for have a name and id is there. So this should be same, this should be same, and like this is how they're made a pair, name and it should be name. And then whatever name I had written here, it has been shown here. Okay, in the label. Then input the type text is very important. There are different types are there. Type text that I will write a text here. I can write text here. Then id I have already explained. Name equal to name is, this is something which is required for the backend. See, as I've told, we'll have a submit button. Generally we have a submit button, and when we click on it, it gets sent to the backend. So backend, how does backend differentiate between this? Backend, we don't need to send all the data out here. Only we need to send some of the data, like how we send the data. I'm going to tell that also to the backend, how we're going to send the data. Just backend how we're going to send the data, because we are seeing from the front end. So this name is important. And the age, similar, like this for age is there, this is age is there, name is age here, and number type number is there, so that I can type number. So this is different from my input type test. In the input type number, I can type the number. Okay, so these two things are there, but you might be seeing everything here is a inline element. See, this label is an inline element, this input is an inline element, again this label is inline element, again this input is an inline element. Okay, so all of these things are inline element. So but I don't want everything to be an inline element here. Why I don't want everything to be an inline element here? Because you might be have seen it on Facebook that name is coming in a different line, email is coming in a different line, maybe password is coming in a different line, all those things. I want them in a different line. Means these two should be together, these two should be together, but they should be in a different line. So for that, what? So for that, I'll do a div. And now what is a div? Div is, you'll see this div a lot in a HTML code. Why you'll see a lot in HTML code? Div is actually very important. Div is a block level element, and it is used to, means it doesn't means more than that. It's a block level element. It is used to create blocks, and it is by default a block level element. So that what will happen, it will create its own blocks. Mean everything which is inside it, it will go at least get a own row. So I will go here and put it and save it. It will go in a own row. So it has gone its own row. But now what I need to do here, I need to, means there should be some more space here. So I will do a br, break row. Br means break row. Save it. So it will have some more space here. Break row, more space here. So that is there like this. Now we'll see more input types here. So HTML is all about different input types. Okay, so I'm going to go here and do a br again, break row, and because I want everything here like this, br and a div, and then I'm going to have a label again. Okay, label again. So that's very good. And so okay, song feel it. Okay, thanks. I also explained it, but I didn't type it because I didn't got time. Thanks for that. Okay, so label for, I will have this as a message, and message. So now we are going to see is a text area, text area. Text area is very important. Okay, name is like I don't need these two things. I can use it, but it's okay. Name and ID, both of them are messages. So, and this all these things. So now what is this? This is like a big. This is like an input type text tool, and text area. Okay, text area have an ending. Inputs doesn't have ending, so text area has an ending. So what happens here? So this is good. So I can have multiple line statement here. Actually, this text area is only the thing in which you see on Facebook. You see on Facebook those big text area in which you can write any of your posts. Those are from this text area. Although there is a lot of styling which goes behind that. Okay, but the text area is like this. Okay, so that is like this. This is the text area. Now the next thing which we are going to learn is the and div, and that is a drop down. We are going to learn about a drop down. So label I'll do, and for color, favorite color, and select, name is color, ID is color, and in select what happens, we have an option, and it is red, and red color, and green, and green, not green, green, blue, and green color, blue color. Okay. Save it. Green color and blue color is there. So now what is this thing? This is like a drop down which you might have seen everywhere. So I can select anything, one of them. So this is a drop down. I don't have to explain much of it because it is not possible that you have not gone to amazon.com and not use one of these drop downs and all. It is not possible because anybody who is not even from IT background have gone to Amazon. It is not possible in today's world. Okay, so that is there, and this drop down everybody have seen. Okay, so but what is this value again? What is this value? Is this name and ID? I know like for is connected to ID. Name will be going to the backend. We are soon going to see this value. See in the backend, I will give only one value from here because drop down is select only one thing. So when I select one thing, it will go like color equal to red. This red, not red color. I can write anything here. Color equal to green. Color equal to blue. It will go like this. Okay. So that is there. Now our forms doesn't end here. We are going to see some more things in the form. Okay, because forms are very important. It is very important in HTML, it is very important in CSS, very important in JavaScript also. So that is there. So now I'm going to have another BR, and we are going to look into something known as checkboxes. So checkboxes, so I go here div, and h4, what do you own? So what are these checkboxes? Okay, let me finally show Amazon. So if someone might have not seen, see this is a drop down. This is a drop down we have just created, and in the drop down, or maybe I will search for mobiles. Yeah, yes, mobiles, and see this is a checkbox. So by default, when you search for mobiles, everything is coming in Amazon. So but checkbox, I want only Samsung, so I click here. So only Samsung will be shown. I'll click here Samsung and Redmi. Then Samsung and Redmi will be shown. Okay, Samsung and Redmi will be shown. I think this everything everybody knows. As I was telling, it is not something which I'm telling like something stuff which you don't know. Everybody knows this thing. Everybody have searched for mobiles. Maybe from a mobile, I don't know you have searched for, but from a desktop it seems like this. Okay, so that is there. Okay, so what we are going to do now, we are going to do the check boxes. Okay, so drop down we have done. Now we are going to do the check boxes, and for what do you own. So here input type check box, and name is equal to vehicle 1, and value is again very important, value equal to bike, and label. See the label we can have afterward also, label, label, and for I will have it as bike. For I forgot to take the ID here. ID equal to bike again, and this checkbox vehicle two, and this is like car, car, car. Okay, this I have to write it as bike. This I have to write it as car. Save it. Now it will be shown like this. What do you own? H4 and bike and car. It has been shown like this. Okay, so this is the check boxes are there. So these check boxes are there just as Amazon, and we can click on one of them or we can click on both of them. As we have seen, you can have 100 of check boxes also. Like Amazon have 10-20 check boxes for the different brands and all. Okay, so that is there. But one thing very important is there. Value okay, values again something will go to the backend, and actually I can select both of them. So that's one of the reason I've taken vehicle 1 and vehicle 2 both. So because both of them are different. Okay, and the value is something which will go to the backend, and we'll see soon how it will go. Okay, so now the next thing which I'm going to tell is a R, and this will be a H for gender, right? And input type radio. So radio button I cannot show on Amazon right now. It is very difficult to show. When you log in, you might have get a radio button like what is your gender. So at that time radio buttons are very common because they generally give like this, and you can choose only one of them. Okay, so input type radio, name equal to gender, value equal to male, and id equal to male, and label, and it is male, and male, and gender female, is female, id is female, this is female, this is female, this is other, this is other, this is other, this is other. Okay, save it. So now I'll have these things, male, female, and other gender, and I can click either this, and when I click this thing, this will go. So this is the property of radio box, and from where it is coming. See the name here, I have given it always as gender, same name, but here I have given it vehicle 1 and vehicle 2 for a reason. So because they are different, but radio boxes are like the drop down. There means I can send only one value there. So that's why it is very important to take the name as same, and then the value is like, you know what is the value is like, value will go to the backend. So even before going further, I want to add some more things here, because this is what used to come in HTML version 4.4. Okay, HTML version 5 they added a lot of new HTML types, and this is something which I want you to learn from a link. But I'm going to tell most of them. If you even don't learn from a link, it is okay. As I will write input types. I think I have opened that link. Okay, so input types is there. See, there are a lot of different input types which are being done nowadays. These are all the input types. You want to go, you can go through this link. Okay, input types, you can go through this link. I think you can go through this link, and I have pasted it on the chat. But I will tell the most important ones. Okay, so here also I will tell the most important one. See, some of them we have already seen, like all these things, checkbox, and so this is seems to be a bit important. Input type color. What is the input type color? Okay. Yeah, sometimes you want to have the user enter, choose some color. So how they can choose? So label I put, and whatever it is there I'm done. Put type color, id color, the name is fab color, that is okay. See, this thing will be open like this, and if I click here, I'll get a nice place from I can choose the color, like any color I can choose. These are known as color pickers also. I can choose it and I can do it. Okay, so that is there. So input type color. Then the next thing which is very important is, okay, input type date. Input type date is very important. You might have seen this all in something like your enter your date of birth. Everywhere you have seen, okay, everywhere you have seen. See, HTML version 5 was very cool. HTML version 5 earlier, all these things used to not come in the HTML. They used to come in JavaScript, and you have to write complicated code for that. Nowadays in HTML version 5, everything comes. So this is another thing which I put. Input type date, input type date is there. So now I'll go here. See, this whole calendar opens up. So you might have seen this thing in Facebook also. Enter your date of birth. A lot of sites have this thing. Enter your date of birth. So I can choose anything from here. Even I can choose any date. Okay, date I can choose, month I can choose, and then I can choose it. It will be done. So input type date. It is one of the most important thing nowadays. Input type date used to take the birthday and on any another day. And then there is one. A lot of things are very good here. Input type file is again a very important thing. You all have seen this thing in Naukri.com. In India, you all have seen this in Naukri.com, where they will take your resume. How they will take your resume? They will take your resume like this. Like this, choose file. I can choose a file. When click here, it will like this. It will open this, and then I can send it. Okay, so that is like this. But how to send it and all? How to send it? Okay, so there should be a button to send it. So let me have a button to send this. Also, we created a long form. So let us now have a button. So I'll do a here again and a div again and a input. Okay, let us take a button only. But a button, like I can take a normal button and I do a send. But whenever you take a button inside a form, it is always advisable to do a type equal to submit. Type equal to submit, and sort of mandatory also. And you should always do whenever a button is there inside a form. Button can be outside a form also. There can be a lot of other use cases also. We're going to see how to do that. I will save it and see. I will have a button like a send button I have created, and but type submit is very important as well. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add something here. This is good and green color, bike, car, male. Select this red color and anything I will choose, like doesn't matter, and choose file. I choose. Now I will click on this send button. Very important. I will not show this again. Send button I'll do. See what will happen here and see what will happen here. I'll do a send. See, it got refreshed. So what happened? First thing, it got refreshed. So whatever I entered, it has gone away. Second, it is sending something like from here. It is sending something. So let me cut it out. Because I want to see what it is. I'll paste it. Actually, I'll keep it by commenting it out here because you can refer it. So first thing is name is Nabendu is going. What is this name is Nabendu is going? So if I come here, see this name is there. So name equal to whatever I have written. Name Nabendu. Then age is also taking. Then so this is that name age what I have written. Then the message is there. But the color thing is very important. See this name color is the color equal to. It might have given green. Then vehicle 1 and vehicle 2 are different. Then gender equal to male, one of them only is going. Favorite color, this is known as a hexadecimal color. I am going to explain it in CSS. Birthday, the date is going and the file is going. So this is how it goes. Okay, and so this is a special and one more thing, this is a special kind of a button also. This kind of a button which is inside a form, they are known as submit button. We can have a button without this submit also. So I will have a button tag. See, and you see that there will be a bit of a different thing, just like a. So when we have a button outside a form and mainly without type submit, see what will be there. If I click here, see nothing is happening there. I am clicking it here, nothing is happening. If I click here, refresh got happened, and it also sends the data. But the sending of data, one thing I will tell, this is a very old way to send the data. It used to be done in the PHP time when HTML was released in 1995. So it came with PHP also in the backend. Nowadays only government sites uses PHP, because 10 years back everybody gave up PHP and everybody started using your what did it say, everybody started using your JavaScript and all. Okay, Node.js and all those things. So nobody uses PHP anymore. So that is there. and but this button, the normal button, if I click, nothing will happen. And the functionality, as again I told, the functionality will be getting added through your JavaScript. Okay, so now the last thing which we are going to do is uh, image tag, which is a very important thing. Okay, so image tag, images, without images our website is very bland, very bad looking. Without images nothing is there. Okay, so you might not see any website which doesn't have an image. So it is not possible nowadays. So image, there are two ways to take image. Either I will add an image here and show it, either I'll take an image link, which I think most of you know how to take an image link. Right click and you will see the image link. I will see that thing. Okay, so for image I'll go to unsplash.com because it is the unsplash.com. It is a place from where you can get royalty free images. If you do a Google search also, that is not a royalty free image. Okay, so maybe I will do this thing. This image I will take and I will come here, and maybe I will do a medium size image. I will download it. Okay, I will download it, and then I'll go here and create a IMAGES images folder, and I want to open this thing so I can do a reveal in Finder or reveal in Explorer in Windows. You can see, so image, this one image, I will also show this in Finder. Then this got here, and close it, and this is added here. Okay, so I don't want such a big name, so I will, you just have to add that image here. Okay, so I will just say it like unsplash.jpg. Unsplash.jpg, I have added it here. So now I want to show it, so I'll go here in the img tag. Here src, you have to give the image src. So I have to go to the images and unsplash.jpg, and what I will write, I will write it as group. Save it. I'll go back here and the image has been shown, but the image is quite big. And in HTML, we don't have many things to control it, but we have two things. In CSS, we have a lot of things to control it. We're going to look in CSS also. So I have a width equal to like maybe 600, and height equal to maybe 500. Save it and see, 600 by 500, 600 by 500 image has been done. Okay, so but sometimes it get distorted also in this way. Now I will do again an image tag, and this time I want to show maybe width and all. I will take again. I'll show a different image. Like this one I will take, and I will not add it and all. Okay, I'll right click and copy image address. I'll do, and then it will give me a very big image address. I know. So this is like this. It will go give, and I will write here. I will write here computer, and I will save it. And now it will be shown like this. Okay, so it will be shown like this, and I can do it like this. Okay, so width and height I can control. Now the other thing is that which I want to tell you, what is this alt tag? Alt tag I'm not seeing anywhere. Alt tag I've written in one group, alt tag I've written in computer. So these tags are being shown when I'm not able to see the image. Why I'm not able to see the image? There can be many reasons. You might have gone to some image website, a lot of images are there, and those images sometimes they don't get loaded because of a network issue and all those things. Those images are not getting loaded, so you'll see something like a broken image there. So that broken images are shown at dot. I cannot change my stop my internet right now, but there is another way. I can like give a wrong name, and this sometimes happens also. Developer gives the wrong name, so I will do this unsplashes, and I will do this and see the image has been broken. Now this group has been shown along with the broken image like this. So this is all about this thing, and we are done with our HTML. Okay, one sec. Now we are going to start with CSS. First, for this thing, I'll dispose this off, and I'll write the CSS in a different file. So we have to start with CSS now. So new folder, CSS Basics, and I will give all this code. Don't worry, it will be there in the description. So here again, I'll have a new file, and I will take it and drag it here, and it will be like this, CSS Basics. And now I will write index.html, index.html. I'll write, and because okay, the CSS is known as cascading style sheet, and for that also you need the HTML, because it will be on the top of HTML to add the styling. Again, I will write HTML, and right here CSS Basics. Okay, so now actually there are okay, so how we are going to do CSS here? We are going to create another file. Like here I'll go, and I will write the file as style.this. Again, I'm telling CSS also takes more than 5 hours to teach, and we have this CSS trainings going live every month on a channel at Mosam. Generally takes that, and you can see the recording, because everything is there on the channel. You can see the recording also, and every month this is done live, and that also with certification. Not like that everything on the channel have got certification, most of them. Okay, so style.css I have done, and then this in this only I'm going to create the CSS. So I will come here and write a h1 and CSS crash course. It is really a CSS crash course, because I have to complete it in soon. I have to complete it in complete it soon, because after that we have to do a bit of JavaScript also. And as I've told, HTML is complete. HTML we don't do any time else. After this we don't do HTML. But CSS and JavaScript we have separate courses. Please do check our channel, or please be in contact with us. How will you be contact with us? Maybe you can join one of our WhatsApp group. Okay, so we have a lot of WhatsApp group. If you are new here, if you are not doing from coming from some other place, you can now, like directly from YouTube you're coming. So I will give one of our WhatsApp group. We have a lot of WhatsApp group. In that, always the latest updates are there. Okay, so join for latest updates. Please join for latest updates in one of our WhatsApp group. Okay, so that is there. And now I have written this h1. I'll save it, and I will go live again, and don't want to open it here. So like the CSS crash course, like the HTML, brand HTML, this is coming. Now I want to color it, because CSS is all about color, all about those beautiful colors. So how do I choose this thing? So for that, I have to come here and do a h1, because that is an h1. And then, so first we target something. I'm targeting the h1, and then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to give a color here. So color, color, and then maybe I will give a dark red, and save. And it is not showing dark red. Okay, so let me first show, and I will come back here. Okay, so how to show it? It is not showing, because the thing is that now my HTML and CSS are two different files. CSS go with .css ending. Those are two different files. Okay, I have to link them both. So how to link them? Especially with the HTML, I have to link the CSS. So in the head part of it, you'll go and you'll do a link, and this CSS I'll do link CSS. Okay, so again a shortcut, but if you want to write, you can write everything red style it, and you have to give the exact file name, style.css, or the path. If it is stored in some path, I'll save it. See, now it is dark red. By how it is showing dark red? H1, targeting H1, and inside this, not only this style, I can write a lot of other styles. Like color I have given. Color is like the color of the text, and dark red I am given. Dark red is the, like it is the dark red, and that there are some other different colors are also out there, which I am going to tell. Okay, so other thing is like background color. So there are a lot of properties, like background color is there. So this I have to take something light, because on a whiter background generally doesn't show. Light blue, maybe I can take light blue. See, this is the background. This is the background has been shown like this. So not only this, we can have a lot of other things also like this. Okay, so that is there. Now the next thing which we are going to learn about the colors in CSS. So how to give the colors in CSS. So there are like 4 ways to give colors in CSS. Okay, so we are going to learn about the 4 ways. So first way is like you will see this I've given a lot of color name like dark red, light blue. So what are these? There are exactly 140 color names. 140 color names are there. Okay, 140 color names are there, and that also 140 color names are why 140 color names are there because of HTML version 5. HTML and CSS are governed by a same committee known as W3C committee. Okay, so they governs it. W3C committee governs it. So what happens in 2015 again in CSS version 3 was released. Okay, and earlier there was only 30-40 colors, but now there are 140 different color names. Or you can give all these color names like pink, light pink, hot pink. Tomato is a color. Okay, tomato is a color. Okay, tomato is a color name. Okay, tomato is a color name. Khaki is a color name. Khaki, tomato, lavender. These are all good color names. Okay, so that is there. But this is one way to give the color. But you might have think, okay, so this is not enough. Yeah, it is not enough. 140 color name is not enough to show the color, even with the increase in things. So it is not enough. So there are different ways to show the color. Actually, there are ways to show all the billions of colors which can be done. Okay, so that is there. So how to do those things? As 140 colors names are not more than enough. So I'll go to another side like this color picker. Okay, I want to make it a bit bigger because I want to see it here. Okay, so this color picker is there, and it is showing me different colors. So there are three other ways in which you can show the color. Okay, some joint. Okay, and okay, so there are 3 other ways are there through which thanks. So anybody who want the latest update or who want to get connected with that, please join that WhatsApp group. Okay, so that is there, and so there are 3 different ways to 3 more ways to give colors. So first way is known as the hexadecimal way. Okay, hexadecimal way or hex code. We give it through hex code. So what are these hex code? Hex code are like this hash you are seeing, hash, and after this you are seeing something like this. Okay, 555 or something like this you're seeing. So they are known as hex code. So how they are formed? What is this like FFF and a number? And what is this thing? What is this system? This system is like something which we have learned in 7th or 8th. We have learned there are basically the system which we follow is known as decimal system, which we mainly follow, which is like 0 to 9, and then the 0 to 9 digits are there. Then we do it like we can have millions of numbers with that 0 to 9 digits, but they are main. So what is hexadecimal? Hexadecimal is like 0 to 9 is there like the decimal and decimal system, and but there are characters A to F also. So it is of base 16, decimal is of base 10, base 16. So you can have more numbers here. So that's the reason your CSS is governed by W3C committee. W3C committee took this hexadecimal to show the system. So this hexadecimal actually consists of, and you can show billions of colors with this thing. Okay, why? How? So you have to give a hash, and then you have to give this like 6 digits. So first 2 digits consist of the red, next 2 digits consist of the green, last 2 digits consist of the blue. So why I'm giving red, green, and blue? Only 3 colors I'm representing here, because human eye can see only 3 color: red, green, and blue, or the combination of it, or through the combination of it if I can make billions of colors. But that is not all the color in the universe, because some animals like bat can see ultraviolet also. We cannot see those things and we don't need it. So we devise the system like this, which is there, and in which we can see red, green or blue, or a combination of it, and that creates billion of colors. So like this, I don't want this exact red. See exact hex code for red is ff000. Why it is ff is there? Ff is there because red is complete and white and green and blue are not there. So if I want some other, see, suppose I want a lighter shade, so I will click here. So see there, ff is complete, but some red and some green and blue are there. So that is creating this pink kind of a color. So I don't have to know much of it, but I told the theory behind it. So I will just copy it, and this I will add. This is a good color to give in the background. So I want a background of the whole web page. So I will select the body here, and then okay, so let us do one more thing. I will have something more also. Actually, best place to learn CSS, and I will also have a P. It will be lorem. I can give some text also like lorem 40. I'll give, and it will show like this lorem 40. So see, I have more things here. So like this, I want to give this body a color, background color, basically background color of. I have to give this. So I have to copy this thing and paste it and save it. See, now I'll get this nice pink color, whatever color it is. So this is one way. So there are two other ways are there. One is the RGB. Again, the same red, green and blue I am showing. Why I'm showing, I had already explained it. So but it is like 0 to 255. Okay, so this is like that. Again, you don't have to know much about it and all. You can get it from some color picker. There are a lot of good color pickers out there. So maybe I will take like this pink, like this color I will take, and I will give this to the H3, like so this is a light color, so I have to give this background color as now I'll choose this RGB like this and save it. So the background color is like this. Okay, so now the last one is last system is known as SSL system, and this SSL system is actually very popular system, because what happens, it's a bit different from all these things. Okay, and it is very popular between designers who designs the website. They can get more control of in this. The H means hue, H means saturation, L means lightness, hue means the color, hue in Roman means color. So you can give the color with this, and saturation means how much black is there in anything. Lightness means that how much white is there in anything, and it is given by percentages. Again, you don't have to learn know much about it, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to give some this kind of a color, maybe some dark color like this color. Okay, like this color only I'll do, and I'll do a HSL here, and give the color. This time color is like this, and save it, and it will be shown like this blue color. Okay, so that is all about the different colors. Now what we are going to see, we are going to see how to give fonts here. Okay, how to give fonts here. So fonts, we'll see font family, and I'll give Arial, Helvetica, Sans Serif. I'll give 3 fonts. Let's say you'll also see some difference will be there. Okay, some difference it has been shown. Arial, Helvetica, and Sans Serif. Why it has been shown like this? Okay, and why I have taken 3 fonts? Again, these fonts are like web safe fonts. They are known as, it is there in almost all browser. It will be there. So, but I have taken 3 fonts, and it will always take the first font. It is known as the primary font. Rest of the fonts are known as fallback fonts. Why we take a fallback font? Because it might happen that in the browser in which I am working, so in which I am working, like so it generally is not controlled by W3C. Who controls the browser? Chrome browser. I think everybody knows Chrome has been created by Google. Then there is Firefox, which is created by Mozilla. Safari is created by your your Apple, and Edge is created by Microsoft. So all the browsers are created by different companies. Browsers are a bit complicated things, and there is a lot of complications things also go behind the browser, and no big company on this planet want to lose hold of the browser. If in fact Google, half of the business comes from browsers. How it comes from browser? See, it comes from the browser like this. I think it is showing me this thing. These are known as targeted ads. I think everybody knows about it. I'm seeing this ad, you will not see this ad. It is meant for me only. So this all things are controlled by the browser. There are something like complicated things which go inside, and you have been shown the targeted ad. So nobody wants to lose control of the browser. So what happens in the browser? Every browser is not like the same. Okay, so every browser is like different. Sometimes some font maybe there in some browser. Maybe let us take the case of Safari, which is like always a problematic browser for developers. Arial is not there in maybe Arial is not there in Safari. Then what will happen in Safari? It will go to the next one, which is the fallback one, which is known as Helvetica. Suppose Helvetica is also not there in the Safari. Okay, so then it will go to sans serif. So it will be like this. Okay, it will be like this. It will go to any one of them. Like, but generally all of these things are there. Okay, so thanks and all. Hi everyone. So that is there. Now I'm going to show a very good kind of a font. Again, it is given freely by who gives everything freely, and it is like a Google font. You're going to see these fonts are there for the past more than means how many years? It is like around 1993 CSS was released. Now it is like 2022, like 30 years or 30 years have passed. Okay, 30 years the CSS is there. So there are like different fonts are there. Okay, so different fonts which you can go and get it from Google, because these are like browser fonts. Okay, I don't want those browser fonts. I want some nice looking fonts, and I will go to this Google font. Again, it's free there. So I'm liking this font here only, so I'll go and click it. And this Google font, see, it has got some different sizes. So maybe I'll add this 400, 500, and 7. I don't have to add all of them. 700. Then what I have to do? I have to go here. So this font is not added like predefined is there. It is not there in the browser. I have to go to Google font and I have to use it. Okay, I have to download it. Not download it. See how I will use it. You see. So I have selected those things font, and then I will go to this import, and then I have to add this thing in my CSS. As they're saying, I have to go and I have to add this thing in the CSS. I will do it here. And what I have to do here in the CSS, go to top and add it here. Okay, add it here like this. You don't have to understand what it is written here. Then as they're saying, I have to add it like this font family. Okay, the font name is quite big, but I don't want to add it in my whole website and all. I want to actually only change this paragraph tag. The paragraph tag I want to change. So I'll do this font family like this. And again, it is very important here. One more thing is there. It is very important to have some fallback fonts here. Have some fallback fonts here. It's very important. So I'll save it like this. Font is like a different font is been shown, and Google font is very important to take the codes. Okay, so different font is been shown, but let us do something more here. Okay, let us do something more like text font weight, because I'm seeing the font weight is very less. Font weight like bolder. Save it. So it will be a bit more bolder than font size. Okay, font size. You can control the font size also here. Font size is in pixel. So pixel are the smallest. There's some other units are also there. So that you can see on a CSS classes. You will this everything will be told in detail. So font size, I will make it as 18 pixel. Pixel is the unit. The more you increase it, the more will happen. So pixel I'll do see a bit more is this. So now it is looking much more better. Okay, so now the next thing which we are going to learn is like classes and IDs we are going to learn. Okay, so what is this classes and ID in context with HTML? See, the thing is that as there are certain problem, like if I have this h1 s3p, we generally don't do it like this. We generally have something known as a classes. So what I will do, I'll do a div, and I will take all of this thing inside it, so it will become the parent. Now I will, now in this div I will write class equal to maybe container. So I make a, I had made a group, like in this class are what, class are used to identify anything, like identify anything, like it is unique. So this class is unique, identify everything as a unique. So I can add this class in h1 s3p also, any name, and any name you can see, take only the class is the keyword, the class is a keyword. So now what I'm going to do, in the contain, I will go here and I'll save it, and this container I will go, and this container I will go, and classes we use by dot, we use the classes with dot container I'll do, and I'll do a background color equal to like maybe khaki I will take. Now what will happen, the background color of khaki is been made. Okay, and I will add something more here, which is known as a padding. So what is a padding? Padding is actually something which is, okay, I will tell again, the pixel I can take px pixel, and it is something which is like all way around anything, all way around something, it is known as a padding, it is known as a padding. Okay, so this is there. So classes have one more property, like classes you can take multiple times. There is something known as id, which you cannot take multiple times. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select it here again, and I'm going to have a br also here, so I want to have some space here, and this I will remove, and h1 I will make it a bit different. This maybe I will do it a bit smaller, save it. See, now classes we can reuse again and again. So one of the thing of classes that again the container is having a background color, and it is having padding and all these things it has had. So now what are these ids, what are these ids? So id is something which you take when you want to take something very unique. You cannot use ids more than once. Okay, classes I can use 100 times also. Okay, but id is very unique. So in this one, second p, suppose the second p I want to show it differently, so I'll do id equal to any name I can give. I will, maybe I'll write second p, right, second p. Okay, I'll write a second p, then I will copy this, save it, and then I'll come here, and I'll do a hash, and second ids are taken by hash, classes are taken by I dot hash, like this I'll do. Then I will write maybe, okay, I'll do one thing, I'll copy this all, because I want to change the style of this thing. First thing, I don't need any fancy font. Instead of this, I want to show it as maybe Helvetica only. I'll show it. Okay, first thing is Helvetica only, I want to show, no fancy font. So the second one, see the second one, fancy font is gone. I don't want to show it bold, I want to show it normal. It will show at normal, maybe not this much, maybe I want to show it as 16%, and maybe the color I can change. Okay, there is one more thing, a VS Code very good feature is that you hover your mouse over here, and you'll get a color box here itself, and then you can change it from here. So which one I should choose? Some dark color. So which is a dark color? Maybe green, maybe this dark color. Okay, this kind of color I'll do. Save it. See, the color has been changed. So this is what is there. Now what we are going to do, okay, let us style a forms. As I have told earlier, forms are like very very important. So let us style a form. So one sec. Can I take it here? No, I cannot take it here. Okay, I will take the earlier form only. So why to take a different form? So I have another code editor also, but I don't use it much. This is this code editor known as Sublime Text. Don't use it. It doesn't have a lot of features like VS Code. Please don't use it. I just use it like sometimes to show. So index.html. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to just take the form. Why to create this form again? But I don't need such a huge form. I don't need. Okay. Maybe I will take this much only. So I will again have a turn and a br and maybe a br and a turn. And inside this I'll have this form. So this form I will also have it ending of this form, and I will also okay, one more thing, I will not have this br here. I'll show a different trick to do this thing because we are using CSS. We have now access to a lot of things. Okay, so another thing which I will going to have, I'll have a input. Okay, there is one more thing I want to tell, that there is an input type submit. This will also create a button. Okay, this will also create a button, and I will have a class equal to button and value equal to submit. I'll save it. Okay, and it will show me the form again, a very ugly form. Okay, input type submit also creates a form, creates a button. Okay, very ugly form. Now we are going to beautify it, but before beautifying it, we are going to add some classes here because we're using CSS and we have just learned that we should use classes and IDs. So I will come here and do a class equal to my form. Class equal to my form, and all this classes class equal to form group, class equal to form group. So as we are having a common class here, okay, common class we are having a class equal to form group, class equal to form group, and this is done. Now I'll save it. Now we will use these things to style the form. So first thing to how to make this form beautiful is I will go here and do this dot my form, and I will add the padding. Padding is around everything. Space around anything is known as a padding. Okay, and we teach padding in detail in a CSS course, like the 5-day course. So please attend that. Padding is like 20 pixel. I'll do and save it. So padding will happen like this. Space has been added. Now I want to choose this form group. I can directly choose this form group with dot form group, but what happens in bigger project, you see this my form is there might be something known as dynamic form. A lot of different forms are there, but what people tends to do, they will change this name, but they will keep the inner classes like same. Like in a dynamic form I'll have a form group, but suppose I want to change that styling for only this form group. So how I'm going to do? So I'm going to come here and I'm going to go here and do my form, and then dot form group, and then why I'm choosing this thing, because I want to have some space between them. So I have removed the br, so it is not showing that, it is not showing the space. So instead of br, what I can do, I can do a padding. Padding also goes with like this individual. So padding bottom of maybe 10 pixel I'll do. See, bit of padding has been created. So bit of padding has been created, that is okay. Now what I want to do next is that this name, everything is an inline element here. See, this label and input are inline element. I want this name to be in a different line, and this all this next this thing to be a different line. So what I'm going to do with CSS, CSS is very powerful. We can now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this dot my form, and I'm going to target the label here. Label I'm going to target, and then label is a inline element. but I'm going to change it to a block level element. That is also something which I can do from CSS. CSS, as I've told, CSS is very powerful. Block display block. I'll do save it. See, now they're coming in different lines. They're coming in different lines and showing very good. Now the next thing which I want to do is like to make it totally beautiful, like a beauty, and is that this should be extended till the end. And two things I want to do: all these boxes to be extended till the end, and if I'm writing something here, there should be some space here. Okay, right now there is no space here. Okay, so I want some space to be here. This is good. Now, okay, so now for that I want to I need to choose this thing, these two input box and one text area. So how I'll do this thing? First thing is that I need to have a common class here. So let us create that common class now. First, class equal to any good name you can give. I will give input types. Input type. I will give input type. So all these three I will give input type. So input type, input type. Even the text area will have the input type. Okay. So I will go here, save it, and I'll go here and dot my form dot. You should always take like this. And then first thing I will do is the width is 100%. I'll save it. See, it will go till the end. Width will go till the end. Then I will make it as a padding as 8 pixel. So what is this padding now? I'm given the padding. See, it has increased in size. So if I write something, see, there is some padding around it. There is some padding around it. Some padding around it. Okay. So this is very good. So now some padding is around it. So this is there. My form is very, very beautiful right now. And do something more like thing like label like this. Maybe I will do font weight bolder. And the other thing is that text transform. There is something known as text transform. Uppercase I'll do, save it. So it is looking like this. Okay, so much better. Okay, so that is there. Everything is style except the button is very ugly. The button is very ugly. So how to make the button very good? So button have a button class. So let us only choose this thing. So I'll go here and do a dot button. And here, first thing is that button should have some space inside it. So for that, I will do a padding. Padding, there is another way to give. Okay, so again, this is told in a very detail in our CSS class. So padding, I will do 10 pixel and 14 pixel. What does that mean? What does two? Why have given 2? 10 pixel. It means that right and left 10 pixel padding and top and down is 14 pixel padding. More I've taken. Okay, so it will be lengthwise. It will be more. So this is like this I have done. Now the next thing which I'm going to do is this. I don't want the border, so I will do. There is a border is there. So border none. I'll do border none. I'll save it. See, the border will go. Now I'm all even not able to see it. So anyways, that color I was going to change. The background color is like dark, not dark. It is dark blue. I'll do dark blue. Save it. Now I'm not able to see the text. So text, I will do the color as maybe this color. It is like a white color. Okay, so white color I have done like a white color. So other thing is that text transform to be uppercase. It will look much more better. So I think it is looking awesome. Okay, so another thing is that there is like the sharp edges are there in this thing. So we generally don't want those sharp edges. So there is another property known as border radius. I will take it as like a 5 pixel. I like 5 pixel a bit of this sharp edges are gone. So a button is done. But the button you might have seen in every website, when you take a button over, take your mouse over a button, it will change to a pointer, and sometimes the color also changes. How does the color change? So that it specifies that I can click on it. So for that, I have to choose this but oh, not this button, like this. And then there is a pseudo property. I have to do that as HOVER, hover. like this. Then I'll do a background color as dark magenta. I like this color. And then another thing which I'll do, cursor is pointer. Cursor is pointer. So what will happen now? I'll move my mouse over it. See, the color got changed and the cursor got changed to hand. It means that I can click over it. I can click over it. It means that. So that is done. Now, what we are going to do? Okay. Okay. So, like this. Okay. So now what we want to learn? We want to, okay, so let us do some background images. Okay, so this is a very good way to show images in CSS. Okay, so that is something which we are going to do. So for that, what I'm going to do here, after this I'm going to have a div, empty div. I'm going to have, see the empty div I'm having, class equal to image box, class equal to image box. I have taken, okay, class equal to image box, save it. One sec. So we are going to start JavaScript in another 5 minutes because we've done a lot of CSS, and again the CSS are like CSS are like, it cannot be told in such a short duration. It takes time. It takes 5 to 6 hours. We have this long CSS format also on the channel, which is generally, I think the previous this week only we completed the CSS. So how you can see all these things? You go to our channel, like okay, the web dev. You go here, and you can see this. We do a lot. We do a lot. This, you go to these videos. So our last week CSS was done. Last week CSS was done. All 4 days, each day more than 1 hour. Okay, so it was done, and this is what we are doing. We are, and we want to make everyone a highly paid web app developer. So please do subscribe if you're not done. Please tell in your colleges and all. And previous week we did two live stream. I did React.js also. JavaScript is also done on the channel. We take student queries also. Okay, a lot of students are asking technical queries, that also technical queries, career related queries, that also we do. And those people are on our WhatsApp groups. We do one-to-ones also. If you have some technical queries, if you are from a non-IT background, anything, we do on one-to-one also. Our teachers do one-to-one also for you. Everything is free of cost. So all of these things are there. And sometime we do this thing also. See, 8-hour web development boot camp we take, really, like more than 8 hours. I think it was 9 hours, 9-hour long bootcamp we took from some Saturdays. No, once in a month we take this thing. Okay, so those who just joined, once in a month only we take. Any Saturdays we take the full, like from morning 9 till 6. From morning 9 till 6 we will teach everything there complete. Like today I'm not teaching complete CSS, and even JavaScript we are not going to teach completely. There we'll teach HTML complete. Anyways, HTML we taught completely, HTML complete, CSS complete, JavaScript complete, and what else you require. In 1 day you're getting these things, and you're going to get a cool certificate also. So this is something which you do. Okay, so that is there, and we do a lot, as you can see. Please do subscribe, please tell your friends. Okay, so that is there. And please, you can see the replays also of our CSS if you really want to learn, because next CSS I think it will be done in the next month and all. Okay, next month. Okay, every month we have only once. So I have this image box. Okay, then what will happen here? This image box, let us have, let me take this image box dot image box. I will have a width here, so we can have a width also here, width 800 pixel, and height 500 pixel, and border 1 px solid black, and let's save it. So I will have it like a box like this, a box. I have 800 or 500. So now what I want to do, I want to show actually an image inside it. I want to show an image inside it. So how do I show an image inside it? Okay, how do I show an image inside it? First I want an image. So again I'll go to unsplash.com, and this one I'll choose, and I will choose a smaller size image, 240 into 470. This is very important to understand. This width is like 800 by 500. I have chosen something like smaller. Okay, then again I'll go here and put a new folder as images, okay, and then okay, now and splash I'll do. Okay, so I have this image now. So we are not going to use the image tag to show this image. We are going to use something in CSS which is available, through which I'm going to see the image, show the image, and that something is known as background image is URL. We have to take this URL, and then inside this I have to give the image. So dot images, and then unsplash like this I'll show, and I will show, and this image has been shown. Okay, it is a black image, but then also you might be seeing that okay, it is repeating itself. It is actually repeating itself. So I don't want it to be repeating itself. So what I am going to do, background repeat as no repeat, save it. So see, it was repeating itself. Now what is happening? See, there is some spaces are left here also, because it was repeating itself. So my issue have become a bit more. Okay. So now what I have to do? There is another property known as a background ground size as cover. Background size as cover. I will now save it. Background size as cover. Now what will happen? See, the it is like the whole image has been covered, it is sort of expanded, and it is covered. So this is the power of this thing. So what another, when we're using the HTML, the image tag, what the problem was that I was using anything like width and height, so it sometimes distorts the images because it is not doing it. Like you can try that thing. A lot of freshers I've seen, they're doing that thing with image tag that distorts the image. But in this way, if you do a background image and do a background repeat and no repeat, this is also important, and do a background size cover, it will, CSS will expand it in such a way that the distortion will not happen. This is the perfect way to give the images. Okay, so this is done, and now as I've told, we are done with okay, so we're done with CSS. We are not going to tell much about CSS now. What will happen now? I am going to invite Hari, our JavaScript teacher. He is very good in JavaScript. I also take JavaScript. It's not like I started with JavaScript, but he's recently came here, and I'll tell him to start, and he will start with JavaScript. Okay, let me check whether he is there. Okay, right. Think he's away. Okay, so what? One sec. Okay, so one sec. Okay. Okay, so I'll stop sharing.
Hey, hello. Hey, hello, all. Yeah, I think it's yes. The advanced CSS. Yes, actually, I was till about that, right? So till now, we have discussed about all right. So we have discussed about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And to be frankly, that 3 hours is not enough to complete the entire front end part and the entire web development part. Okay, so this workshop is really helpful when you want to kickstart your career towards the web development. Okay. Hey, hello, hello, hello. So just give a comment like how was the section and how it's going. Just give a decent comment here. Okay. So, and here what we cover the entire HTML. Now you don't want to just give a revise for the HTML. That's fine. You can go with that. And for CSS, that is a little bit advanced. I think the Steve, people call me Steve. You say it is right, like some advanced css is also there and we need to cover that, but in this time it is not possible, but we are doing a regular classes like 5 days regular classes is there and you can take access over that. Okay, so you can find all the advanced see learn the advanced concept in css and all. Okay, so now I just want to tell you all our section is really awesome, so thank you so much. And I just want to know that how was, and I just want to thank you all first of all for be with us for 2 hours, right? Learning 2 hours is not that much easy, I can understand that, but guys, you need to understand that teaching for continuous 2 hours is also not that much so easy, right? So first of all, thank you so much for our founder for taking this initiative and be with us like a mentor. Okay, thank you so much like that. Okay, so today, so the next come to the concept like JavaScript, right? So wherever you go, the only thing that most developer is afraid of one tech is called as JavaScript, right? So you can hear that name in the entire development field. So if someone says React.js, yeah, that for React.js we need JavaScript. For front end we need JavaScript. For back end we need JavaScript. Even for blockchain we need JavaScript. So everyone is saying that word JavaScript and JavaScript, right? So what is actually a JavaScript? If you are a beginner, like if you are right now only you are learning web development, right now only you hearing that, if you learn JavaScript, if you have understanding about the JavaScript, you can do anything in the web development. Okay, so this is the promise from my side. That is possible. Okay, so you can do anything from the web development field and you can get a job easily. Okay, so uh, that is sure. Okay. Okay, so in this 30 hours, 30 minutes, what I'm going to tell means what is JavaScript and how it works and what is really, I just going to tell about the introduction part of the JavaScript. Okay, because as a beginning, JavaScript come as an scripting language. Okay, it just come like a little piece, like a drop in the ocean. But right now, JavaScript is huge. Okay, so it is like an ocean. Okay, so we are not able to cover everything in JavaScript within 30 minutes. It not at all possible. Okay, but I can explain you what is actually JavaScript doing in the development process. Okay, so you can able to do that, you can able to understand that. Okay, so what are the technologies still now what we have covered means HTML and basics of CSS. So by using this, what we can able to do, we can able to create and front end of the website, right? So we can able to create the front end of the website. So what is meant by front end of the website? So what, like for example, I am the client means I'm the client, I'm the end user, whatever the thing I'm seeing that is called as front end, right? So whatever, for example, I just show you, I think my screen is visible, right? So you can see this is the basic search engine of Google, right? So in this Google, you can see this is like, consider this as a front end, or we can go for a real website like Wikipedia. Okay, so consider, actually this is a front end. Okay, by using, till now what we have seen, we see HTML and CSS, and by using HTML and CSS, what we can do, we can able to create this website. Now you are capable to create this website. Okay, so what is here you can see that is an h1 is there, and paragraph tag is there, and h2 is there, and image is there, and everything is aligned, right? So you can see everything is aligned in a proper manner. So that alignment, that layout, it's take care of by the CSS. Okay, and what is JavaScript? So all it's done, then what is JavaScript? Okay, so actually JavaScript is the engine of the website. Okay, so it takes care of the engine. If you take the HTML part, this is considered as a structure. Okay, it is a structure. Okay, if I take the human body as our website, all the bones are considered as an HTML, and all the skins and the location of our eyes, mouth, and everything is aligned properly, right? That is, you can consider as an what? CSS. Oh, I'm styled good, right? So, and if I want to speak something, if I want to do something, that is what? That is actually an JavaScript do. For example, if I take a car, the outer body of the car is called as HTML, and the painted one and everything that's styled, that is called as CSS, and the engine is called as JavaScript. Okay, so actually JavaScript is the main, it plays a main role in the development process. Okay, so where we can found the JavaScript? For example, if you go here, and I type something, and I just click something, what it do, it just go and get something and display to me, right? And you can see, like for example, you can see there is a new tab is there, right? If I click that button, a new tab is created, and there is an X mark is there. If I click that button, what would happen? That tab is closed. Okay, so this is what, how in HTML and CSS do we see that concept? No, right? So these event and the event accretions happens by the JavaScript. By using the JavaScript, we can able to do that. Okay, so I will give you a simple example. By using that example, you can understand very easily. Okay, so what is actually a JavaScript is nothing but, if you consider there is an offline, like a remote in your street, there is a grocery shop is there. Okay, so in that grocery shop, you there is a lot of CCTV cameras is there, and they have grocery items aligned and everything. Okay, you get into the shop, but you don't see no shopkeeper is there. Then what will you do? Will you able to purchase something, or will you able to take something and come without paying the bill and all? So what is the problem is actually happening there? The problem actually happening there is, there is no employees there, right? There is no shopkeeper is there. Okay, so if the shopkeeper is there, then what he will do? If you entered into the shop, he will call you, right? Like, welcome ma'am, what do you want? So I want like some packet of chips, some packets of soft drinks, like that I want. And he will guide us, like, go straight and left, in that mall you can find all those things. And after you collected whatever the things you want, you come to the shopkeeper and give the products to the shopkeeper. And the shopkeeper, what he will do, he will calculate the price of all his all the purchase amount, and he will tell the price, right? Around 3000 is the price of the product you have purchased. And then you, what will you do? You will give the money to the shopkeeper, right? So then the shopkeeper, what he will do, he will put it in that, and he will give the bill, and he give a carry back to carry, and he will, thank you ma'am, that's all, thank you for that, right? So remember, just think about it. This is what happening in the remote, right? Offline, right? If you go for a store, this is what happening in the offline. Just think about that. If there is no shopkeeper there, then what will you do? You enter the shop, no one is there, and can you able to find any product? And if you find any product, how can you purchase? How can you get something? No, nothing will happen. This dynamicity, that means two-way of interaction, will not happen. Okay, so that just two-way interaction is not there, and the helping is not there, right? So it becomes more messy, right? So it becomes more messy compare, if no one is there, no one is to guide, means it becomes no messy. Okay, so by using HTML and CSS, we can able to create a simple website without a shopkeeper. Yes, of course. For example, what type of website we can create by using HTML and CSS? You can create your own portfolio website, like a resume that is in online. You can create your photo, you can put your photo, and you can tell about yourself. You can place your projects and all, and you can give a contact form to contact, and that contact is also comes under JavaScript. Leave that contact, a copyright. So like no action. If there is no action, just I'm coming, the client is come and only here to see, he only here to read that website, then HTML and CSS is enough. Okay, but he want to do something, he want to do some action, he want to do some event, then JavaScript is necessary. So in recent days, when you hear about like web 1.0 is there, it is the old websites we have considered the all the old website as web 1.0, and right now we have a website called web 2.0. We are working in all that web 2.0 era. Okay, right now we are in the web 2.0 era, and they are predicting the future like web 3.0 is going to be it's already there and it's booming also. Okay, so this is how it's all happens. Okay, so this is how it's all happens. So in the olden days, web 1.0, what there means we can go for the website and we can only see it. There is no two-way interaction is there, like you are not able to ask anything, and there is no dynamic changes is there, nothing is there. Okay, nothing is there, and only we can see and come. For example, what type of website? A blog website. We go for the blog and we can read the blog and we can come. And a personal branding like portfolio website, we can go and see the portfolio and come. There is no interaction is there. Okay, and news website. Basically the news blogs websites are famous in that time of web 1.0. Okay, so you can, the news website, they put the news in that and we can go and read the newspaper like in online and we can come. That's it. But when it comes to 2.0, the dynamic city happened. So what is meant by dynamic city? The website is a single website, but it changes depends upon the client. For example, I go for Amazon and I put my name and I give a register, and and after that I get into sign in, and he gives all the purchase history of my, and and the website shows the all the recent search for me, and it gives some recommended products. It changes dynamically, right? So it shows that product recommendation only for me. And if you go to that Amazon website, you can see a different product recommendations there, right? So based upon the person's want, based upon the person's data, it will give dynamic content, right? But actually only one website is that is Amazon. But depends upon the data, it will makes the user dynamic, right? And also you can able to communicate. JavaScript act as a shopkeeper here. Okay, so like if you come to a website and if you want to purchase something, okay, if you go for Amazon, you want to purchase something and you are saying add to cart, put it in add to cart, and you are clicking that button, right? So if I click that button, that product has to go for the add to cart place. So that is done by JavaScript. That code, what the code we are written in the back, that is written by JavaScript. Okay, so usually in offline, who do this job? Shopkeeper, right? I want this product, and he take the product and they put it in the bill counter, right? The same like in JavaScript, you put that add to cart button, then he will put it in the add to cart button. If you want to purchase that, and you will say buy now, and you will give your information and payment method and everything, you will select that, and after that you will give the payment, and after he gives a message like your product is purchased, and that is shopkeeper actually do in the offline, and it is doing in the online. Okay, it is like a shopkeeper in the online, it take cash offers. Okay, so basically you can see if I click this, he understand, the JavaScript understand that I want a new tab. Oh, sorry, I don't share the screen, right? Just a minute. Okay, so here you can see I click this, JavaScript itself understand that I want a new tab. Okay, so that's why it gives that. And if I click that, what happened? JavaScript itself understand that I need to close the tab. Okay, so that is actually JavaScript is doing. Okay, so we will see JavaScript and more about how it works and all. Okay, right now. Okay, no problem that. Okay, so and what is the reason behind JavaScript? What is the reason behind naming the word JavaScript? Okay, Netscape when introduced the JavaScript to the browser, they said that they want to run JavaScript, Java alphabets in the browser. Okay, so that is why they name it as a JavaScript they are mentioning. Okay, but in the world that mostly they, what we believe that in that time Java is Java is much more popular. Okay, so Java is more popular even today and even in the olden days. So if I name the same name like JavaScript, what will happen? It will give some marketing. It's like a marketing strategy to promote the JavaScript language. Okay, and you think it works. Okay, so that's why JavaScript is ruling the entire web development community. Okay, not only web development, developer community. Okay, so that is what happens. Okay, so this is the naming words between JavaScript and Java. Other than that, there is no correlations between JavaScript and Java. Okay, so JavaScript is completely different and Java is completely different. And okay, there is no correlations between this. Okay, so first thing you need to understand. Okay, so now I just going to, is DOM part of JavaScript? Is DOM part of JavaScript? Yes, actually DOM is a part of, it's we cannot say DOM is a part of JavaScript. DOM is an API. Okay, so actually DOM is an API that browser allows us to do. Okay, so document object model, it is like same like API. For example, you are doing something like I want to create something, append element, create element, or delete, remove element, or you need to create your own element. What you will do, you will give a code for JS, right? So that is take care. DOM is also a part of JavaScript, but it comes under the category. When we see the original thing behind that is DOM is considered as, DOM is also an API. Like how the console is work, we can consider that console is also like an part of browser, but console is also an API, right? So same like that, DOM is also an API. Okay, so it is also an API. It is an advanced feature by the browser that allows us to write JavaScript code in our browser. Okay, so now I come to the console part. Okay, let's go and do some practical things. Okay, we go, for example, okay, before that I say that, right? What I say, you can write JavaScript code in the browser itself. It is possible. Yes, it is possible. You can write the code. Okay, so for example, there is a place, if you right click your mouse and you can see an inspect element is there. Okay, if I click this inspect element, you can see a developer tool will be open like this. Okay, and in this you can see all the HTML code you have been written. Okay, this is what HTML you have written in the local device. Okay, so this is the HTML of the browsers. Okay, and you can see in the left hand side all the CSS of the website has been written, right? So all the website of the CSS have been written, and here you can see another additional feature by the browser is that is called as console. If I click this console, what will happen? It opens a page. Okay, so what is this actually? The console is like, it is an API, that is also it's an API, but it is work like it is created in an object manner. Okay, so don't confuse with objects, API and all right now. So consider console is an advanced added plus feature by the browser where we can debug the JavaScript code. Okay, we can able to debug the JavaScript code here. Okay, so how can I do that? For example, for what it do means, you can able to whatever you are writing in JavaScript, you want to render it in your browser. What you can do, you can display here. Okay, so there is a method is there, console.log. So this method is there, and what this method is actually doing, means whatever you write inside or whatever not write, whatever you call inside this method, it will display the answer here. So how it works? For example, I say with the traditional one, hello world. I say console.log hello world, simply like this. Okay, so what the console.log, don't confuse with that. Just remind the method. Console.log is a method, and that will help us to debug our JavaScript code in the browser, and it will help us to display our JavaScript output in the browser. Okay, so that is how the JavaScript code has been written. Okay, so and I said console.log and I just press enter, and here you can see that hello world is written. Okay, so let us go little bit simple. For example, I go here, I just go, I have an default some files is in my system. I have some default files in system, that is I going to access. Okay, we go with JavaScript in and right by one manner. Here you can see and HTML code is there. Okay, so it is docker type is there. You know what is whatever HTML docker type and basic, what is head section, what is browser section, and everything you will know, right? So there is an HTML code is there, and in this code, how you will link the CSS, which means how you will link the external CSS. You will link the external CSS by using a tag, right? So that is tag is called as link tag, and by using REL attribute, relation attribute, and with href. What is meant by href? Href is like an, and it is also an attribute that will use an additional information about which you're going to link, and here you will say what the file you're going to link, right? So this is how you link the HTML and CSS, right? So if I display this in my browser, if I display this in my browser, you can see this is actually code I have written here. Okay, so this is what actual code I have written here. Okay, fine. And this is by using HTML and CSS, we can able to create this, right? So that is what I say. HTML is there and CSS there. And what is the part of JS here? First of all, you need to add JS to your HTML page. What you need to do, scroll down. Remember that, scroll down. And some people, and mostly we say that you can add the JavaScript file in the head part too. But I highly recommend go and add the JavaScript file in the bottom of the HTML tag. Why I'm saying like that means bottom of the body means because in sometimes the JavaScript code take more time to run. Okay, so so what will happens means it will make some issues. Okay, so if you put in the top means JavaScript code it's takes some time, and the HTML, all the HTML code will be done, and some functionality we put for like loading our function, it will slow down our HTML. Okay, so that is why I'm saying put your HTML code link. This is actually how to link the JavaScript code. Okay, for linking JavaScript, you need to use the tag called script. Okay, you need to say script. I think, hope it will be display you, and you need to put .src. Okay, so dot :src. If you do that means the Visual Studio Code gives an auto recommendation here. I just increase the size. Okay, here you can see this is how you need to add the JavaScript file to the HTML and CSS. Okay, so here you can give whatever the name you are entered. Here I say main.js is the name entered, so I will do like this. Okay, so this is how you need to link the JS file with the HTML file. And actually how it works means there is a base layer is called HTML. It is the base layer, and over top of this only that CSS is there. It is like a makeup. Okay, HTML is like an normal face and CSS is like a makeup. Okay, and over that CSS and over that JavaScript is going, it's like a layer by layer. Okay, so we are adding in another layer, we are adding in another layer for HTML, we are adding in another layer for CSS. Why we are adding in another layer over HTML CSS means we need to look that beautifully, right? So that is why, for example, if I remove the CSS, if I do some mistakes, like I do some error in that, if I remove the CSS, you can see actually this is our form, how it looks like. If anyone comes here and give their name and you can give if they can give their name and email and they give some, if they do something, no, it looks ugly, right? So there are some default styling is happened. This is because of JavaScript. Okay, so if I, for example, I remove the JavaScript like this and I refresh. Okay, so actually this is actually HTML. Okay, so if you do work with only HTML, it look like this. And after you style it, then what will happen? It will use an additional layer for that HTML, and it makes the website looks beautiful. Like here you can see it makes the website beautiful. Okay, so this is what CSS do. And JavaScript, what it do means JavaScript, it take care of the functionality. For example, in this function, what is the functionality is that you can think what is the functionality is that. For example, if I submit this button, what I'm saying, if I submit this button, what happened? Something would happen. So that something is done by JavaScript. For example, I don't entered a name and email. I'm submitting this page emptily. Okay, so if I submit this, you can see an alert box is showing, enter all the values, and within some second it will be disappeared. And you can notice that you can see this same functionality in lot of websites, right? You can see that you can go for Amazon, whatever the website you are going, they do some form validation. If you don't enter the name, if you don't enter the email, if you go and click something and you do something, it will give notification like you want to enter something. and the password must be like this, it should be weak and it is strong, like that they give recommendation, right? All other functionalities is taken care of by the JavaScript. Okay, and if you enter something like, I just enter my name and I just say like at gmail.com, something like this, and if I submit this, you can notice that my name is written here and my email is written here. So how it happened, this is also take care of by the JavaScript. Okay, and here the only thing you need to notice that if I click this, something has happened, right? So this is called as event. So event is nothing but a particular action, we are calling for a particular action to do. Okay, so we are calling for a particular action to do, and JavaScript wait for that particular action, and it will produces something. Okay, whether it may be it need to throw the error message, it throw the error message, or you need to display something, it will display something. And you can notice that if you go for an Amazon and you will put your username and your email ID and you sign in, what will happen? And in the login, when you go for the main page of the Amazon, you can see that welcome, right? Welcome Hari, like welcome something like what the name you have entered, your name will be displayed there, right? So that has happened, that is also done by JavaScript. Okay, and now, and you may familiar with this. For example, if I close this website, nothing will happen, right? I just go for here, and what I do, I just going to use the console.log method in the my JavaScript file. Don't worry about this JavaScript code and all. This is right now you don't need it. Okay, what I'm going to do here, you can see I say console.log Windows is that, right? So just say open with live server, and here what I'm going to do, I just going to write console.log, and here what I'm going to write, hello world, or anything. If you want to write your name, anything you can write. Okay, if I save this and I come for my browser and I just click the inspect button and I go for the console, you can see the hello world has been displayed, right? So here you can see the hello world is displayed here. So what this console log do means, the console log it will display whatever we given inside this method, whatever we give, it will show the output in the console tab. Okay, so by using this console area, we can able to debug our code. If some errors is there, we can able to debug it, and if some sort of problems is that, we can able to debug. Okay, so what is mean by error? Other things happens, right? What is mean by an error? So error is nothing but, for example, I'm speaking in English. If you are not able to understand the English means, what you will say? You will say I'm not able to understand English because I don't know English, right? So you will say I'm not capable to understand that. Can you speak in this language? Can you check your like that, you will give recommendation, right? So that is what error is nothing but, the computer is speaking to us that I'm not able to understand your syntax. Okay, I'm not able to understand your syntax, speak properly. Okay, so that is what the computer is tell to us. Okay, for example, if I instead I just remove and single bracket parenthesis, okay, so single circle bracket, okay, so I remove that and I just refresh it. Here you can see uncaught syntax error is that. So it's throwing some error, right? So what is meaning by that error? It's saying like, I'm not able to understand the code you written in the line number 2. So where it is there, here you can see main.js, it written the file, and also if I zoom it, you can able to see correctly. Okay, not here, buddy. Come to the website, zoom here. Okay, it is already in Zoom. We are not able to do that. Okay, here you can see main.js is there. It is the file and where we working with, and it gives a 2, right? If I click this means, it will go and show where the error it will occur, and we can able to change. Okay, so the computer is not understanding the syntax, so I want to change. That means what I can do, I want to write the right syntax. If I write the right syntax, what will happen? The error will be gone. You can see, you can go and see the error is not there, right? The error is not there. Instead of this, it will be displayed. Okay, so second attendance, so within like 4:45 you will receive a second attendance. Okay, so just for 10 minutes. Okay, so this is what actually JavaScript do. So JavaScript makes our page dynamical interactions. Okay, so some examples I given here, right? That is how it works. And there are so much of concept involved in JavaScript, and everything that dynamicity is handled by the JavaScript. So likewise, I said before, JavaScript is a huge, and we will not able to cover everything in 30 minutes. Okay, So it takes at least 12 hours to complete the basic understanding of JavaScript. Okay, so we have covered a 2 weeks, 10 days JavaScript basic to advanced and advanced to master level JavaScript program in our YouTube channel. You can check it that too. And we going to do in 5 days 5 projects using JavaScript in the upcoming weeks. You can able to access that. Okay, so from Monday to Friday we're going to create 5 projects, 1 hour. Each project is going to be 1 hour. We're going to create 5 days 5 projects. Each day one project we're going to create them. Okay, so another example I can give how the JavaScript example work. For example, if you're in the browser and you want to leave that website, okay, if I click some website like this, they will ask you whether you want to leave that website or not. If you press OK, then what will happen? You will leave that website. If you press cancel, then what will happen? You will stay there, right? So that is how there is small notification will arrive, right? So that is where that is also a JavaScript option. For example, I say alert, here say you want to leave the website, like this. If I save this, and I just refresh it, here you can see the notification is come. So this notification you see in some common browsers, right? So you see that they ask for whether you want to leave. If you click this button, then they will say whether you want to leave that website. If I click OK, then what will happen? It will be leave that website. Okay, so that functionality is also written by the alert function. And here you need to notice that JavaScript functions works based upon some of the events. Okay, so it's work for some events. For example, if I click this button, it is acquire, right? So the page is changed according to the dynamicity. So that click is an event, right? Okay, so that click is an event. And if I hover over this, if I mouse over it, you can see that this element is changing. And you can do this by using CSS also, but if you want to do this by using JavaScript, then that is also possible. Okay, so this is also taken care of by the JavaScript. And every dynamicity you are facing through is taken by the JavaScript only. Okay, so let's go here. Let's we cover the basic thing, what is variable. Okay, so start with the very basic, what is variable, and we can move on this. Okay, so first we discuss about whole thing about console.log. I say that what is console.log. Console.log give access to an browser and extra speciality that we can able to debug here. Okay, so here you can see an yellow color code is written. So don't worry about this yellow color code. This is because of some warning they are giving. There is no problem with our code. Okay, so this is depends upon the browser. Okay, you don't worry about that. For example, if you want to show a code like this, what you want to do means there are several methods are available. So console.log method, it will send the output to the console only. If you use the console.log console warn method, there is a method called warn, and here whatever you are writing, it is considered as a warning. For example, hey, check your code. That is what I'm going to written. Hey, check your code, like this. I save. Here you can see it is written like warning, right? Here you can see this is our warning. This is what we newly created, and this world is it is like the warning came from the Google page. Okay, so warning came from the browser, not Google browser. Okay, Windows browser showing that, and this warning is what we created manually. Okay, so one thing. And if you want to throw an error, okay, what you want to do, you just say console.log not console.error. There is another method called console.error, and I say error, like this. And if I click here you can see the error is throwing in a red color. Okay, it is like a traffic signal that if it is normal looking, if you see the console, if you console log it, and if you see this normal one like black background, white wordings is there, and your code is perfect, there is no bug is there, and it is working perfectly. And if you see something like yellow color, it is throwing some warning. Okay, it will warning means it doesn't like you are do something wrong. Okay, it is doing something wrong. Instead you can say that it is like okay, it's like some warning it's putting. Okay, some minor mistake you have made in your code, that is why it shows like this. And red signal, it's thrown and something in console like red color, that is indicates that you have an error. Okay, you have an error in code. And if you have an error in code, then what you can do, you can go for this main, you can see it will given I already said that what is an error. The computer is not understand our what we put the code, right? It is like a language, the computer is not understanding our syntax. Okay, okay, so that is what we need to do. If I say main.js, if I click this main.js, it will show where the error will be displayed. Okay, so where the error, where actually the error is there. Okay, so in that place it will move on to that place, and you can debug that. Okay, so there is an error is here and we can debug that. Okay, so this is how JavaScript works. Okay, and this is all about JavaScript. And okay, so I think it's time to give one second attendance form, right? So just a minute, I will call our founder to take care. Okay, so this is like a main something like introduction for JavaScript. Okay, so there are more things as to learn, and here you need to focus on that. Okay, so even we do not touch the JavaScript. Okay, so we just give an introduction for that. Okay, okay, so I think Sir is connected. You can get the attendance form right now. You can fill it then.
I'll give the attendance form. So mark just mark your second attendance here.
What is pseudo classes? What is name spacing?
Okay, all these things will be covered by Hari in his
Sir, I think your voice is
10-hour
little.
long advanced JavaScript beginners to masters classes. So please don't, we cannot answer all these things right now. We are going in for a long time. So all these things will be answered by Hari in some time. Means Hari generally takes a 10-day long workshop. Okay, 10-day long workshop he takes, and for 10 days. The JavaScript beginners to advanced and advanced to
Sir,
master. You can see.
sir, your voice is muted. Just a minute.
Hello? Are you able to hear me? Hello? Okay. Okay. I hope you are all able to hear me. All are able to hear me. All are able to hear me. Okay. So, sec. You all are able to hear me. Okay. Thanks. Okay. So, thanks Hari for taking such a nice JavaScript quick session. And one thing is that if you want to learn more from him, you can see this on our channel. He's very passionate, and you can see his 10 days long JavaScript workshop which he have taken. One is JavaScript beginners to advanced, and one is advanced to master. See any one of those things and you'll find the magic by which it teaches it there. And if you want to learn more about, means every next month also there will be more courses by him, but this month only this much is there. And the other thing which I wanted to tell is that see, this is okay, but one second, let me share my screen also, and we'll be ending right now soon. But one thing which I want to tell is that YouTube is okay. YouTube, we do a lot of YouTube. You can find almost everything on YouTube, but we do paid classes also. So that is something which I want to tell. So where can you find this paid classes? So this, let me also paste it there. So we, every month we run this paid classes, like paid workshop, and this is the paid workshop, next workshop which is going to soon start. Okay, so this workshop is, let me tell more about it. So let me take you all through this thing. And so this is about our course, and it is going to start from 6th of August, in which I will be there, in which I'll be taking the advanced stuff. Then Hari will be there. You already saw how good he does, and then Mosam will also be there. I'll be taking the React.js part, Hari will be taking the JavaScript, and HTML CSS will be taken by Mosam. And so this is what we have right now. Means every 2 months we have this bootcamp, and we have 100% success ratio. We provide job guarantee also in that. Okay, but you have to do it. It is not like we will provide job guarantee in 2 months. Everything will be done. It's more than 2 months, and it will be happening every Saturday from, and it will not be on YouTube, it will be on Zoom, and it will be from 6:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. every Saturday. Okay, every Saturday we'll have like more than 8 Saturdays to complete it. So every Saturday 4 hour long. But you'll have a doubt solving session also on every Wednesday. We'll have a doubt solving session. So if you have any doubt, and you will be part of a special WhatsApp group. If you are facing any problem, we will have this teaching assistant, and they can help you anytime also. But if you have something specific to show us, anything, and we will support you with everything, with mentorship, with everything which is out there, we are going to support. And you're going to, at the end of this, it is our thing, like you are going to get a job. Okay, so we have now right now 100% thing, like this is whole syllabus is also there. What you're going to learn React.js, hooks, you're going to do a lot of projects, you're going to learn Node.js also, which is the JavaScript ecosystem for the backend. You're going to learn this also, and it is going to start soon. So hurry up, because it is going to start from 6th August, and then we don't have any batch for the next 2 months. See, we have batches every two months, and we have a gap, and our batches are always failed completely, because we have given job to almost everyone who have attended these things, because we'll make sure you do the assignments. See, these assignments are there. These assignments are there. There's anything pay after job. Okay. Yeah, there is anything pay after job means I'm not getting anything pay after job means we are giving a job guarantee. What else you can say? Any pay after job means why you'll not get paid. There is a job guarantee which we are giving you here, but you have to complete the projects. So that is there, and we will be after you to complete the project. See, at the end of the day, you are the one who have to complete the assignment. See, you might be seeing a lot of assignments here. This we are not going to do it. This you have to do it. You have to learn it. We are going to teach you. We are going to push you. We are going to do everything, but you have to complete it. We are giving a job guarantee, but that doesn't mean that we are going to teach and it will be like that. You have to complete those assignments which are out there, then only we are giving. We are able to give job to 90% of the people who are attended our boot camps. Why not 100%? Why not 100%? Because there will be always 10% people who will not complete the assignment, and we're waiting for, we're still after them to complete the assignment. Once they complete the assignment in even 1 year, 2 year, anytime, so we'll give them job. So that is like that. React.js, the moment you have React.js in your resume, it doesn't matter you're a housewife, you're anywhere, because we have housewives also attending our classes. So you get a job, like you do your own research on React.js, you'll know how it will there. You can get a job with React.js. Okay, you have the React.js in your resume, you'll get a job. That is for sure. Okay, everything which you do. Can I have a drink later? I'm not understanding. How can you drink later? Online, you will have a drink later. Okay. So this is an online batch. Okay, this is an online batch, and offline is also there. But if you are staying in a Bhopal, because I am in Bhopal and one of our other teacher is in Bhopal, but it's mainly an online batch. Okay, so that is there, and you can always have a drink with us. Okay, so that is there. Okay, so that is there, and so I think someone pasted it wrong. No problem. Okay, so that is there, and this is about it. But as I've told, it is going to start soon. It is going to start from this. It is going to start from 6th. So start going from 6th. So those who wanted to, please do contact us. Please do contact us, me on LinkedIn or any other places. Let me give my okay. Let me give another WhatsApp link. Also, you can connect with us on that WhatsApp group. And if you are interested, really, if you want to get that job, so please do. Because the thing is that people who do this thing are most of the people who are not from IT background also. So most of those people are there who do these things. Okay. So I will copy this thing. Okay. Connect with us here. Connect with us in this WhatsApp group, and we can take it further. You can means ping us, and we'll take it further. Okay, so that is there, and with this, we'll end today's stream. Hope you all have filled the attendance form, and you'll get the certificate by Monday, because it takes some time to get the certificate on your email. And we will also tell you all these things on the, if you're on this WhatsApp groups and all, you will going to convey there, or stay connected with me on my LinkedIn profile also is there. It will be there in the in the details. The LinkedIn will be there, and those who are interested in doing this batch, so please do contact us. And with this, we'll end to this stream. Hope you liked it. Please do at least like and subscribe to this channel. That will help us do this more. Okay, with this, we'll end to this stream. Thank you all.